All right, hard yarners. Today we were joined by Cam McLaren.
Yeah.
Are we going to have that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Joined by Cam. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you're from Midland and you need your stuff covered as a subcontractor, alltradescover.com.au will sort you out. Major sponsor.
They're very good.
Major legends and major insurance. Get
Yeah.
on board.
No, they're bloody good. This episode's also brought to you by Raunchy Brewing.
Who we will be chucking money on the bar at our Hard Yarns end of Christmas party.
Yeah, bloody
so
oath.
thank you, Ian. Nice little blurred raunchy can there. It's actually censored.
Because it's too raunchy.
It's too good. It's
Too
too
raunchy.
raunchy.
Too raunchy.
So come to the Dean at live pod starts at 7 p.m. Going to have a little offsider filming some stuff for the reels.
A little offsider.
Yep.
For your little raps.
Little tiny one.
Doing some Instagram. She's going to be there tonight as well doing some stuff for us.
Oh, cool.
So
Good stuff.
we are joined by Cameron McLaren, one half of the Confessional award-winning best comedy show.
Oh, it's the best comedy show.
So good.
The Confessional's so good.
I had a lot of fun today. It was good.
Me
Good
too.
vibes.
Wholesome.
We were wholesome, but we also touched on some good topics.
Yeah, and I sound evil and right wing.
Oh, you did
Or
sound...
you just sound logical.
Yeah.
Yeah, evil and right wing.
No.
This episode's
not-
all about balance. I
It
think.
is about balance.
It's actually about balance.
Yeah,
It
if
was
your
like
kid
an
can't
underlying
balance
theme.
on the couch, you smack at him.
Do you know who has great balance?
Who?
All trades.
And if you don't have good balance and you fall over, they'll cover you.
They'll cover you.
Yes.
It's so good.
I think we had some good chats. We spoke about footy for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, my best friend.
Fife, we could never do all trades cover with Fife. They stay at Freo.
Yeah,
Right? No trades.
and Sean Darcy and
Oh, yeah, Sean's locked in.
Wait, we got the most players lined in for the longest time. It's almost like we're a fantastic club.
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, we also spoke about homelessness and how we're going to solve it.
Yep. Bullets.
Yep.
Yeah. We talk about homelessness. We talk about mental health and the balance of parenting.
Yep.
We talked.
What else was it, man? I can't remember much.
Well, we talked about. We did the slam poetry.
Slam poetry at the end.
We all made out for a little bit. That was weird. So there's going to be a lot of...
We got a few
Was.
conspiracies at the end.
Yeah, I think we got 3 conspiracies at the end, and I liked it. They were good.
Yeah. Yep.
Your one. What was your one?
Glitter conspiracy.
Oh, the glitter conspiracy was
Yeah,
good.
Mariah Carey, baby.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor
We
Swift.
discussed her. Yeah, fuck, it was I know there was a lot of themes in there.
It
Anyway.
all came back to balance.
Yeah, this intro's too long.
Anyway,
Let's get hard.
let's get hard.
I'm hard already.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host.
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Branch.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
What is it?
Yeah. What do you want?
Well, are we recording?
Yeah.
It's Michael Jackson's real voice.
Oh yeah.
do you
Just
mean
play
his
it
real
through the
He doesn't speak. He doesn't actually speak. Hey, it's
Oh,
Michael. He's put that on
Oh, what do you mean?
forever.
No.
Well, play it. Play the audio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paris Hilton does, I guess.
Yeah, that's another one. Paris Hilton, she doesn't really speak like
That's not Paris's real voice. You can
What do you,
hear.
what do you mean?
Paris is a way deeper knowledge.
And she's
all.
smart.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know what she sounds like in my head.
Think
I
about her on The Simple Life.
That's hot.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
so hot.
Oh, that's so hot. Yeah, that's
She doesn't
Yeah,
talk,
but
she
she's
talks
like,
more
"Good
like-
day.
Yeah,
I'm Paris Hilton.
honestly. And she's not dumb. She said,
dog.
in the interview, she was like, oh, that was a character. It was fun and people resonated. But
Isn't her and
Video is good.
who's the other girl who was on that Simple Life?
Nicole Richie.
They're both
Yeah.
pretty smart from memory.
Yeah, she's like a fashion mogul now.
really,
Yeah, her
Wow.
fashion. Yeah.
when she's with Nicole Richie in France, I think Jay-Z wrote a song about her.
Even the
It's Nicole Richie black?
no,
What?
Nicole.
No.
She's half.
She's half black?
No, I think she's
Is she
adopted.
Lionel
by-
Richie's daughter?
She's adopted, though. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure she's straight up white girl.
Oh, well, we'll take that back. I did give.
I was like, I don't
did Cam. I did a joke to Cam just on a riff the other night, but it didn't work. But it did for a minute. I was like, did you know Ray J? Ray J did a sex tape with Paris Hilton, and Jay-Z wrote a song about it.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then I was like,
yeah. But then we're like, Oh no, Ray J didn't fuck Paris Hilton. He
Wasn't
fucked
the
Kim
sex
Kardashian?
tape, wasn't the sex tape coordinated as well? Same with Kim.
Yeah, that's where she got the idea from.
Really?
Kim K got the idea from.
Yeah, Kim K got it after one night in Paris. Paris was first for sure.
Yeah.
Kim K, Ray J fucked a man
Yeah.
because Kim K's man of the year.
Wasn't Kim K's? Wasn't Kim K's?
Gay J.
Wasn't that coordinated with her mum? Like her mum.
Her
planned-
mum's organised everything. Her mum's a genius, man.
Like, how does that happen? You
That's
coordinate
pretty
with your
fucked
daughter.
up.
We're going to release a sex tape of you to really build your brand.
Yeah, so then people know who you are, and then
That's
and then
so
and then they
crazy.
started with Ryan Seacrest. They started.
She does give good
Keeping
gobbies
up
though.
with
I did
Kardashians.
watch her.
Oh, there you go.
Fantastic. I mean, I wouldn't say no, but I don't think she's.
You never
She
say
got.
no.
Why did she get?
I don't think she's that high.
Why'd she get man of the year?
Because she's a genius.
Because she's got a
Because look at
big
what she actually
clitoris.
does. Look at what she actually does. Like what she's in charge of and all that. So like the Skims brand, even that. Like obviously it's a rip off of
just Spanx.
Skins. Yeah, exactly. But it's of her branding, and there's got the show. She's got all of her other companies that she runs.
Yeah. But she's not a man. I don't get
I
it.
know.
Why she
'Cause
get
that's-
man of the year?
Because that's the
Was it
that's
Man
the
of the
whole
Year?
point.
Because she wanted to outdo her family.
There was
Caitlyn
three-
Jenner got woman. She's like, hold my drink, bitch.
Also, it was like GQ. Like, who the fuck reads GQ? And
Yeah.
there was
You know
three
who
other
listens to
ones.
GQ?
One of them was like, there's two other rapper
Blind
guys.
guys.
One of them was like, that rapper man.
I don't.
Which
I don't
rap guy?
You know the
For
rap
GQ?
guy, the one that killed all those people.
Waka
Travis Scott.
Flocka?
Are they
Travis
trying to-
Scott.
Are they
He
tr-
didn't kill everyone, but
Are they just trying to be progressive? Is that what it was? Or
No,
was
I
it
think it's just to get so people like us have been like, wow, Kim
Ah,
Kardashian's man of the year.
it's just to talk about GQ.
Yeah. It's smart business, eh? That's
Yeah,
what it is.
it
Just
is.
like what-
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
But
okay.
it's annoying because she doesn't even identify as a man.
Not yet.
I'm sick of these women taking men's jobs. Man,
Yeah.
taking our roles.
She'd have the fattest dick though if you've seen her ass. She'd
Oh,
have
yeah.
the fattest dick.
Or the
The only
plastic
thing is
dick.
what, and potentially maybe it will work, but like the go woke, go broke thing, like you see it with Disney. Disney's lost like, have you seen like
Half. 500 bill? No.
Yeah, it's like
500
500 billion or what?
Jesus.
It's almost, it's like 50 or 60% of their stock worth.
Yeah.
It's almost like the Little Mermaid should have been white.
Well, like
Little Mermaid, a mistake.
I can't remember. I can't remember his name, but he was like, you're not appealing to the kids.
Yeah.
The kids aren't the client. It's the parents who control what the kids see.
Exactly.
And if
Yeah.
you keep trying to force these things down their throat,
Fuck, yeah.
you're
Wow.
going to lose.
Yeah, and Epstein's Island, they'll force the things down the throat himself. And he's heavily connected.
Heavily connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney cruise ships stopped at Epstein's Island all the time.
No, it didn't.
Yep.
What? Really?
Yep. I sent you the clip.
Oh, you
All right, but the
potentially.
more times that people
See-
are like, these things stopped to the island, maybe pedophilia wasn't happening there then. If all these people are going there all the time and no one said anything, either everyone's in on it,
Yeah.
or maybe it's not as bad as everyone said.
Well,
There's a Disney cruise. You're telling me that the fucking old losers that get on a cruise ship, not one of them was like, yo, this is wrong?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
the old losers are on a cruise ship stopping at Disney for a reason.
I think, yeah.
Old horny losers.
I agree that, like, just because you go to the island doesn't mean you're a pedophile.
Yeah,
Or it doesn't
right.
mean, yeah.
Just
but-
because I go to the strippers doesn't mean I'm desperate. right?
Yeah. And
Just means I'm horny. Oh, shit. Same thing.
Because we know it was a real thing where they would take people there, they'd compromise them, they'd set them up, film it, and then leverage it and use it as influence. We
Now
understand that.
they call that OnlyFans.
But there would, but there would have been obviously people who realise what's going on and go, "Fuck, hey, fuck
I'm
off."
not going
I'm
there.
get-"
Trump-
But I came here for a real business proposition, but I didn't realise this was going to happen. I fucked off. But now I'm on the flight. I'll get
Some
now. I
of them
look
did
guilty.
come there for a business proposition.
Yeah,
They come
yeah.
everywhere.
That's why, like, just because Bill Gates is on or Bill Clinton, I'm not. I'm not saying they're not.
Oh, why Bill Clinton in a dress?
What?
Why is Why is a picture of Bill Clinton in a dress framed
Oh.
at the Epstein Island?
I haven't seen
Because
this.
he's a party boy. He loves to get pussy.
Bill Clinton's fucked.
He was playing his little saxophone, feeling like a queen, whatever.
Yeah.
Does he play the sax? Or is
Yeah,
it in the
dude, that's
photo?
why everyone liked him.
Dude,
Really?
yeah, that's his thing. I'll play my saxophone. Yeah. That was
You
his
think,
little.
you think he just gets
Is that not a
gobbies?
euphemism from what he was doing?
No,
With the
well,
girls
yeah,
there?
yeah.
Come
yeah.
on, play my sax.
Saxophone.
That's why, like on the
did
Simpsons,
not.
he's always like, play the saxophone.
Oh, really?
yeah.
That was like his big moment. They reckon that he broke through to the younger things. He was on. Who's that? There's some black guy that has like a talk show. He was hell famous. Do you know?
Starts with A.
Yeah, Arsenio Hall.
Arsenio Hall?
Yeah, so he went on Arsenio Hall and then he pulled out the saxophone and started playing like this hell jazz riff, and everyone's like, "Wow, the president could be cool."
Wow.
Cool, man.
He was like the first Obama. And people were like, "Oh, he's
play
cool."
the saxophone.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
and then
Pretty
also
good.
he got a gobby. Like, what? How is that bad?
That's so good. Well, he was married. But I mean, if you're married to Hillary, you get
But how is that like?
you're definitely getting some other action. You don't want fucking Lucifer sucking the soul out of your dick as well as the fucking cum.
Fuck. Who's worse, Hillary or Bill?
Hillary.
It's got to be, hey?
Because she is a woman.
We hate women.
Hillary Clinton.
Fucking hell.
I think Hillary just has a bit more evil about her. Don't you reckon?
I think when she said, at this point, what does it matter? When she was talking about the people who died. And
Yeah.
like, well, fuck. Yeah, it matters.
Yeah. Ruthless.
Yeah.
But, mate,
Yeah, but
I like
also
that.
you-
I like ruthlessness.
Yeah, especially in charge. That's cool.
Yeah.
Because she makes the point. Who cares?
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
I don't know.
I care.
I think Hillary's all the stuff that's happened in connection to the Clintons is fucking scary.
Yeah, the
She's cold blooded.
what do you call it? The body count? And not the good type.
Yeah, not Bill Clinton's body count. Who's got a higher body count? Bill or Hillary? Bill's body counts are still breathing and they're all female. Hillary's all suicided somehow by a gunshot wound twice to the head.
And yeah.
Back of the head.
Yeah, and people
Hanging himself after shooting himself in the chest.
People shooting themselves in the back.
Well,
and,
they really
and
wanted
not-
to kill themselves.
Just got to make sure.
People shooting themselves in the back and then getting robbed, but
Yeah.
leaving their phone and wallet on them.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Seth Rich definitely just got mugged.
Allegedly.
But also, look, not just devil's
Play
advocate,
devil-
just
play
for the
devils-
fun of
play
it.
devils.
Just for the fun
Well,
of it.
devil's
Say you
advocate
are-
is Hillary.
Say you are assassinating somebody,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And you're assassinating, and you've got to
Stop
make
it,
it look
I'm
like
horny.
a suicide.
Yeah.
What wouldn't you make it look like a like things like that? We're like, well, that's obvious he didn't get robbed. It's like, well, maybe you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like if I wanted to kill you and make it look like an
I
accident,
shoot you
make
first.
you make it look like an accident. How come they didn't do that? Like, are they getting the worst serial killers ever?
It
Like,
might just be clumsy, or maybe
Yeah.
it's signs and or it's like signals and going, hey.
We can get
wink,
away
wink,
with it.
like, so it's like we want to kill it. It gets written off as a suicide, but clearly it isn't. Just so you know, I can kill you. For
Just so
life.
you know. And no one
Just
does
so you
it.
know.
Look at what happened to Epstein. He got killed in the public eye, and everyone's like, hey, you can't do that.
Yeah, no.
And just carry on with their life.
Yeah, it literally became a meme, and then it just becomes funny to be like, he didn't kill himself, and you're like, okay, but that's actually real scary then.
Yes.
Like, I know it's all
100%.
funny, like, we're all like, hey, he didn't kill himself, lol.
Yeah.
But like, that's fucked up then. He didn't kill himself. Someone killed him, and we're all just like,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
a goose.
It's, yeah.
It must run so deep.
That's why, aren't you guys scared doing this podcast, talking about these things?
Not yet.
You should do like a podcast about Disney
I
characters
hope
or
so.
something.
If we can get famous enough to be scared,
They
yeah.
might be coming after you.
yeah. We
Yeah,
can get
well,
Tucker
I know-
Carlson on.
I know when our clips are censored, that's where we're touching on subjects that are probably a little thing, because
Or they're
what
just
they
not
do is
funny.
when they censor our clips now, they used to censor ones with facts. They go, here's a fact check. No, this is incorrect because of this. And they'd give you a reason.
But it was
and
true.
you'd have to be like, okay, at that time, potentially, you're right. Usually we're vindicated, but let's just give them benefit of the doubt. But some of them are not, they can't be fact checked. They're all 100% true. And so instead of censoring them and cutting them off or bringing them down, they just take away the audio and say it's copyright material, even though the material is actually supplied by
cheeky.
Instagram.
That's crazy, eh?
That's
They'll
got
take down the music,
Yeah, so then
even though they supply the music.
and then they
they
give you
take
a,
that off and say it's copyright. And then
That's-
later they reinstate it without audio.
or they say you can replace the audio that we've supplied you through our app
Yeah.
already, but then your the captions and stuff will be.
Well, if you tried
muted.
resubmitting it without the audio
yeah,
completely?
but we'd have to redo it again.
Yeah, it
and
was
then-
worth just as a thought experiment to see if that's
That's
what
a
they're
good-
going to do. Because then what can they
yeah,
do if you're doing your own original? Like just get Delby in the back going, beep, beep, ba-da-ba-doo.
I do it with
No,
it.
I just do it without. I just do it without
Yeah, no,
music, I
it's-
guess.
yeah.
Yeah. But I literally, it was like when you create a reel and you can add your own music through.
Yeah,
the, yeah,
it's their
it's
they're
their
putting it.
music, and then they say this is copyright material. Yes, I know.
Yeah,
That's why
you-
we used your app.
You big doofus. We got censored. We tried to make a big quiz of the year, and then we made like this little background picture with like just people from this year, like major
yeah.
figures.
Yeah.
Facebook like pulled it down and told we couldn't advertise it and gave a little strike against Delby's account.
Because of Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah,
Just a picture.
Well, I mean, in fairness, I did put a little subliminal shit in there. Like I had a little vote no, and I had like a big like Nano was really big and it was like more powerful than everyone else. And then like Vladimir Putin was like head fucking Zelensky, like little things like that. But no, just in serious, it was just literally just pictures of
It was
shit
for
that
a
happened from the
quiz
year.
of the year, and it got flagged
quiz of
for
the year.
political messaging.
And it's like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, so this is AI recognition, and then just.
But then I
making an
reviewed it,
assumption.
and they still
So does a review give you an actual human go?
No.
"All right,
It just
we'll
goes
go
through
back
the
and
AI
check."
again.
goes back through the AI again. It's fucking annoying, man.
It's fucked, man.
It's,
Yeah.
especially because it's just
So-
that person's face. Like, what happens if you just look like that and aren't you?
Yeah.
Your life's already fucked enough, and now you can't even advertise your stand-up special.
Well, I think they've gotten their facial recognition that good now. Anyway,
They can tell them all
mate,
apart.
you go to fucking Woolworths and you go through a self-serve checkout and you can see your face on a camera and they're filming you.
I cracked the
Mine's
biggest
on a wall
shits
on
the
a
other day.
poster.
I cracked the shits at mine because I had my coffee in my trolley,
Yeah.
and then it wouldn't let me. I finished everything and like, no, nothing. And then it showed the above head picture that there's something still in my trolley, and it was
Yeah.
like
Wow.
coffee.
Yeah.
That's
And
pretty
the lady's
smart,
like
but-
taking for ages to come over. Like, fuck, and I just walked away and left the ball in the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's not mine yet. It's still your stupid items. You put them away, then you doofus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get really
But
annoyed.
also, it's like then I had to go to Coles around the corner and do the same shop again just because, like, so I cracked that shit and left
it,
all my
ups,
shit.
it does upset me.
Oh, you left the whole trolley.
I left everything. I left all these bags of bagged up goods ready to go. Like, put this chicken away, you losers.
What do you call doesn't matter. No, fuck it, I'll go with it. What do you call it when the Australian cricket team puts vegetables in their shopping bags?
What?
Baggy greens.
See,
That's why I bailed it.
see, Mitch is being torched. Was being torched
Well-
by everyone but the public.
Yeah, it said that night. Langer wrote an article the other day, and he said that it'd be interesting to see if Langer's ever criticised anyone openly, because he said praise in public, criticism behind closed doors.
Yeah,
But then Cowan came out and said 90% of people agree with Mitch Johnson.
not fucking almost. If you
Wait,
go
wait,
through, I sent to Mitch 3 days ago. Like I screenshotted the comments on 4 different articles.
Oh, because that's what he needs.
No, and then 90%, like every single one is like, yes, what
Yeah.
Mitch is saying is exactly right.
Yeah.
Sorry, is this is this about old mate putting his feet on the World Cup, or is this about
this
Thingy
is
saying Warner's a dog?
saying Warner doesn't deserve a send-off to her because he hasn't performed for 2 years. He
Yeah, and also he was the instigator of like the massivest cheating thing we've ever had in the
As
sport.
well as, so
Yeah.
that people go, oh, we've had send-offs for Steve Waugh or Richie Bernard, but they were captains.
Yeah.
So we were like, they gave a 1 series notice saying, yeah, at the end of this series, I'm retiring, start to, have a transition for a captain to take over. And also, let's not put Warner on that sort of status, as well as Warner's still playing 2020 and he's still playing fucking one-day cricket. And also, people have started saying, drop it, Johnson. Why are you being like this? Why are you doing this? And I can talk about this now because it's been in the paper and Mitch has actually mentioned it before, I think, on the paper.
not the exact details.
Not the
though.
exact details,
He
but
shared it with
he
us 'cause
showed
we're
us
cool.
he showed us the message. He
wanna
showed us the
know.
message that Warner sent him, and it's fucking pathetic, man.
Oh, well,
it
it's
is
like-
fucking disgusting. Like that guy.
Really
Well,
rubbed.
after the article.
No, this was.
This was ages ago.
Oh, so he sent him it. So yeah, so Mitch is just
It was the
having a
first
shot
time.
back.
It was the first time I think something got said.
Yeah, so Candace Warner said something about like Mitch should just fucking stop commentating on stuff. He's a fucking
That's his job,
journalist.
yeah.
He's a journalist and he's commentating on cricket. That's his role to say, I don't think that I... And he's also said in that first...
I think he's
that first article he wrote, he's like, Warner's been great. I respect his service. I played alongside him. I think he's been an incredible cricketer for Australia, but he doesn't deserve the right to choose when he finishes.
And he's played. Mitch has played a few more games for Australia than Candace Warner has. So I think maybe he is entitled to a small opinion.
Is what he's saying though? Is he being like an actual genuine? And this is my opinion, or is it like a what's that guy from Port Adelaide, Kane Corns? You know how he's just saying shit to get people
Inflammatory?
fired up,
No, I think
or is
that
it like a mixture of the two?
it's 90% of the way he sees it, and he even admitted in the article. He said 10% of this is after receiving the text. I wasn't. He goes, whatever the details are, it's up to Warner to think. But he goes, and also it's a little bit of a okay. Well, if you want to be a cunt,
Yeah, you want to play this game. I've
yeah.
got a newspaper behind me, and Australia
well,
thinks
not
you're a
even
cheating
that,
dog.
not even that.
and
It's just
everyone agrees with Mitch.
Yeah.
No
But
one
there's
agrees.
You know what's weird?
If you don't know cricket, even if you don't know cricket, the first thing you think of with Warner, you're like, oh, is he the sandpaper guy?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you've tarnished yourself for life. And fair enough, one mistake shouldn't fuck you up. But also, maybe you lose your hero's welcome.
He's
Like,
pretty arrogant as well, hey.
Oh,
but I
very.
would, if you want to come on, Dave, we're more than happy to have you come on.
Well,
He's only little, hey? You can fight him.
Yeah.
yeah, he's saying.
But yeah, when Mitch got the text, he sent back to Dave. He said, "That's really rubbed me the wrong way." And Dave said, "No worries, I'll send you some sandpaper." And you can smooth it over."
I was like, I don't remember this. But
I thought that's a pretty good joke, so I'm going to write that in my notes.
I don't think he's overly fussed about it, but he did say it was it's nice to see that the public agree with him. So I seen him the other day at Alex Jr. and he was fine. He seemed all upbeat and stuff. So I don't think it's bothering him too much.
And it's good to see too. Like at the end of the day, we want when people want more access to our sports stars and stuff for our whole life. Like the people who played cricket for Australia are like these gods, and it's cool to see honour their people. And there's behind the scenes and there's like personalities and there's issues and stuff. And fair enough, maybe like you're saying, old mate praise in public and all that sort of jazz. But it's like that's not what we want. I want to hear that. Yeah, if that guy's a fuckhead, I want to hear you calling him out for it. Like give it to us.
Yeah, it's funny because
feed the beast, baby.
yeah.
General public, you always think, like even speaking with Hutchie, like you think that all the Eagles are mates because they play together, and you forget that even when you play footy, you don't hang out with all your teammates.
Yeah, some of them are dorks.
Because I was like, oh, to Hutch, you go with this bloke or that bloke. Goes, oh, I don't really know. I don't really hang out with him. And you just expect them all to like hold hands and go out
that
together.
Was one of the best bit about Ben Cousins' documentary was that behind the scenes thing with Embley and Daniel Chick and all that sort of stuff where like they had a little punch on because of the splits and like that stuff, like the politics of it. Like, what was happening when Ben was ripping that club apart? There would have been fringe people who just wanted to try to win their spot. So they're like, yes, sir, no, sir. And there's people like Embley who's like, no, I'm not lying for you. Like, the politics of that's amazing.
What happened there? I can't remember.
Vaguely from the documentary thing, Ben didn't, there was supposed to be a piss test, that thingy, and Ben and Daniel Chick were staying together. And they didn't,
that's a great combo.
They didn't show up that day, and Embley was asked about it, and he didn't lie. He was like, they're at home. And then so then Chick came down and was just like, how dare you? And there was like a punch on, like, and it's like, no, don't expect me to lie for you. But I found that one of the main things more, like the whole documentary was fucking awesome. But like that, I found how like it's that point, like they're not all best mates and they don't all have to lie for each other. You have your own thoughts and opinions. Like what I'd love for, I can't wait for in like 10, 20 years once it's moved past, like what was Juddy's actual thoughts? Was that the catalyst of why he left West Coast? Why? Because the premiership captains don't walk away from clubs, especially one of the biggest clubs in the country, to go to a shithole like Carlton. No offense, Carlton, but you know what I mean? Like,
and he, like, what, he was Victorian.
Was it just for his missus, because all of her career and stuff? But it's like, or was it that the catalyst that ripped
if it was going well here, why would you? Unless he's like a LeBron or a Jordan. Well, actually, Jordan didn't do it, but where you want to see if you can replicate. If you're that good, you replicate.
Yeah, because if on paper that team should have like you've lost 2005 by a point, only just won 2006, and then 2007 you kind of fell apart. Right, it was out in straight sets to Port Adelaide was the last game or something.
when Cuzzy did his hammy.
Yeah, so it's just like on paper that team should have been like a 3.
Yeah, we lost that game in we were playing. Eagles lost that game where in like overtime or whatever against.
Oh, that's the best game I've ever seen, and that was like a young Dane Swan and a young Pendlebury and all that sort of stuff. That was my favourite game I've ever seen. At Subiaco Oval.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was there.
I actually was listening to that one on radio from memory. I can't remember why. I would have been doing something. I had to listen to that one on the radio.
Did we?
The only game I remember on the radio, like, because there's been a few, but the one we were out fishing somewhere when I was a kid, and it was the one where it was Eagles in and it was draw, and then Hurd kicks the goal on the boundary, and then he comes and hugs the fan. Like, I listened to that on the and the commentators were going nuts and stuff. And every time I see that replay of that big moment of Hurdy like hugging the guy, I always flash back to the radio, like explaining that. And I'm like, oh wow, what a cool. Also, what a shit moment to miss.
Is that what you envisioned when you saw that?
No. I imagine he jumped into the crowd,
like jumped over.
Yeah, like Langer style, Justin Longmuir style.
Yeah, a farmer's done it before as well, hey?
Jeff, when he kicked after the goal, that was his first game for free against Melbourne.
Was it really?
Yeah, so his first year he came over from Melbourne, playing against Melbourne for free man or kick after the siren to win the game.
He looks a lot like my
his
father.
Old team. He does, man. Jeff Farm looks so much like your dad.
I call him Jeff Father.
Don't you think there's sometimes like the footy gods are real?
Yeah, 100%.
Because some of the scripts are just too beautiful.
McGrath against
Geelong. That was amazing.
With all those kicks, with the miracle on grass.
That was his. Was it a milestone
300th game or 300th game?
300th game.
And that kick was like bananas.
I'm getting fucking.
But even
they were down 50 something points in the third quarter.
and then
came back.
But then if you look at that last passage of play,
how did it happen?
And I hate it. I've seen it so many times. West Coast 2008 Grand Final. From that last play in the back line, that huge mark to Thingy's mark on the wing.
Yeah.
Every single play was perfectly timed to then get to Old Mate taking it and then having that kick on the... I hate West Coast, but that was the perfect bit of footy to win a Grand Final. How do you write that script?
Even
if that's a movie, you're like, this is dumb.
That would never happen.
You're like, what is this, the Mighty Ducks? Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Even
100%.
So you were down by 5 goals into the first... Like, how does that happen?
I was there. I was like, I've wasted all my money. I had 500 on Vegas. I spent all my money on flights. I was like,
I'm claiming.
I think it was my first AFL Grand Final.
I'm claiming that I'm the reason we won that one.
Oh, yeah.
Because I changed from that seat. I was like, bad karma here. So I changed seat at the barbecue. I was like, stay here.
Do not move.
Oh, man.
I literally did that.
It's like even when McGovern and Shuey kicked the goals after the siren against Port both times.
Yes.
Yeah. Was that a final, one of them?
Yeah.
One of them was.
Yeah.
The Shuey one, though, was also ducking as fuck.
Yeah, well,
that was the
Shuey.
biggest quackity quack.
But when it's that one, like that one, McGrath,
Eagles are on crack or on quack.
The whole 300th game, down by that many points, they had to hit those marks and those targets, and it had to be him. He had to kick it after the siren from outside 50.
But there's so many things. That's what I bet on. I always bet on milestone stuff or Indigenous round or whenever there's something special.
This is why I'm kicking myself. I had a 10-minute rant on Grand Final Day this year to my mate Chad about how Bobby Hill will probably win the Norm Smith because he's coming from GWS and then he joins that team and that he was only it was the same as
beats testicular cancer.
Stuart Dew at Hawthorn. They only recruited him for that moment, that third quarter, and like if it was to happen, Hawthorn's third quarter in the 2008 Grand Final, Stuart Dew won them that premiership. And he did exactly what he recruited him for. Yeah. And I gave him this big rant about Bobby Hill, and I put money on everyone but Bobby Hill. Because I was like, that's how footy works, man. He's exactly that man for the moment.
Yeah,
that's insane, man. And as soon as he started kicking goals, my mate Chad's just looking at me and being like, why did you not get on him? Yeah. But even that's why I put money on Pendlebury. I'm on money on Pendlebury kicking a goal because it's Scott Pendlebury. He's kicking a goal in that grand final.
And you know what? You always
how is he not?
Every year you think Pendles is done, and he just comes out and has
he'll go forever.
Just as good a year.
He'll go down as the GOAT.
If he is consistent as he was. Like this year, I thought he was going to drop off. Yep. And he still gets between 21 and 26 a game, and every now and again he'll get 29 or 30.
I forgot about how good that grand final was. It's probably one of the best grand finals I've ever watched.
It's pretty awesome.
Came down to the last couple of minutes.
Quite free-flowing.
Then Charlie Cameron kicked a goal with a couple of minutes left.
And then that's when everyone's gone nuts. And
they hit the front, hey?
Yeah, they did.
It was really
And
close.
then Old Mate gave away a 50.
What was the margin in the end? 4 points?
No, not
it was
much.
A goal.
Yeah, 4 points under. Yeah, 4 points, I think. Eh?
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah,
but also like they're saying it's tainted, but I don't think like
how can it be tainted?
Oh, because of the tackle,
the play on.
Advantage. That was pretty.
Yeah, but then so you got Lockie Neal take my best friend Lockie Neal take on the 50 meter. Like you still got to have like Danaher take a mark and kick the goal.
And also
there's still another freaky thing has to happen.
Yeah. Also in the I love it when the umpires put the whistle away.
Oh, it's the best part.
Everyone loves it when they're just like, yeah, fucking go for it.
Especially
unless
grand
it's
final
fucked, like a big hit on the head or whatever. I get it, but like. I love it when they're like, nah, fuck it. It's so intense. Everyone's doing something wrong. Just keep going.
But that's the thing, though. They didn't put it away. They've called it, and then they called advantage. Yeah. So you could argue the Brisbane players stopped.
Should have just... Because it wasn't advantage. Just kicked it up in the air over his head.
Yeah.
You know? It was like, what? It was like a handball out or he
wasn't
took 2 steps or something.
Some shit?
And then... But the kick was just like an indiscriminate.
Yeah, it was clearly not advantage.
Yeah, no advantage.
But it might have been that case where the umpire's like, fuck, I shouldn't have called this. Quick play on, like advantage. And
sucked. But we've been quite blessed in the last 17 years or so for some really... Since 05.
There was a period there that finals were mud, though. 2017 final series was mud. Every single game was a flogging, and then the grand final, Richmond-Adelaide massacre.
Yeah.
You're like, this is shit.
Well, the first quarter and a bit.
Richmond-Adelaide was, good to start because...
The first half was
because Adelaide were all over them, and then they fucked up.
What happened?
They got chirpy, man. They literally power stance, but in real time.
If they had won that premiership, power stance would be a statue. There would be a statue of Taylor Walker doing the... And it would be like, power stance is what got us over the top. But because they lost, they're like, power stance are for losers.
But they were incredible, and they were quite clearly the best team all year, easily the better team in the grand final. But they fucked up.
Yeah, they really did.
They didn't need to chirp. They didn't just keep doing what you're doing. You don't have to make them angry.
Especially when Dusty's on the other team.
Yeah.
And Bashar Hooley, who should have a Norm Smith.
They were being fucking...
You reckon?
He was...
The Dusty
It
celebrity.
was very, very close.
Yeah.
Both grand finals, actually, where Bashar Hooley was...
When you get 30 plus off the half back and usually a goal.
Yeah, you should get it, but when you're Dustin Martin. I watched back for the first time the Fremantle Hawthorn Grand Final 2013.
How does it feel?
I can't believe in my head, because you always just say, "No, we were close.
Fife
we were so
everything.
fucking close,
so close.
We were so in the third quarter. I was getting pumped like we're going to win a flag. I was like, "No, dickhead, you lost this 10 years ago." Like I was getting Sun was unbelievable.
What you guys lose by 14 points?
It
or
was
something
15 points, and we had like 4 or 5 more scoring shots and 2 out on the fulls. Like there's a couple that Valentine didn't even make the distance in the 50.
Yeah,
but then on top of that, just to put it out there, Isaac Smith should be a 2-time North Slopes medalist. He was the best player in that grand final.
Who got it?
Brian Lake shut down Pavlich, and that's why he got it. Because every time we tried to go anywhere near Pavlich, Brian Lake was there, intercepting everything. Isaac Smith won that game for Geelong. Yeah. He was unbelievable, and he was popping up everywhere, kicking goals from 50. Like, he was unbelievable.
And Brian Lake was only able to do what he did because the Hawthorn midfielders were putting pressure on their midfielders.
Really? But he did take a fuckload of intercepts.
Yeah, he did. But he could only take those intercept marks because
of how we were bombing it up to Pav.
They had to bomb it on him at 81-1.
But in that third quarter, when like Mundy, Fife, Barlow are all firing, I was like, wow, this is our premiership midfield. And I kept having to remind myself, this isn't going to happen, Cam. You can't just rewrite history.
The game was on a Fife's edge. Fife fucking missed so many shots.
He was also a kid too. You got to remember, he's a fucking child. Fifey in that first quarter, he missed 2 kicks, 2 out on the fulls, or 1 didn't make the distance. But he's also like 19.
Yeah,
like he
was only 19.
He was only
19.
He was a child, man. Even Sunsun, little baby Sunsun, kicking all, and you're like, wow, man, you're chopping. Like from Swan View to that, I was so proud of it. And I was like, this was 10 years ago, man.
19, fuck, man.
Well. From Brian Lake, I'm going to go straight over to what we were talking about at the very, very start of the episode.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson's real voice.
Okay, I want to hear it. All
right. It's a story.
Michael Jackson's voice sounding.
It's a hard situation. It is. And it's something I have to put up with.
But Michael played us. That voice we're used to was one he created for his pop star persona.
You know that voice, Michael Jackson's voice that you hear all the time, like, oh yeah, like
that's the game
talking like that. Like it was like low-key deep.
So finally, after a couple of hours, almost the Brazilian officials leave, Spike leaves, and Michael just sitting there with my friend. He said, at a certain point, Michael looked up and said, damn, I thought those motherfuckers weren't gonna never leave. Now, and he says, hold up, and he says this, not in, damn, I don't think these motherfuckers will never leave. He says it like a black man would say, damn, I thought the motherfuckers were gonna never leave. And he got up and walked out. And my friend was saying, he was sitting there like,
There's not many recordings or videos of Michael using his real voice, but there is one. In 1999, Michael allowed Midway to use his likeness and voice in Ready to Rumble Boxing, in which he opted to use his actual voice for his character.
so you be bad, huh? I don't move over for no one.
That's it.
That's sort of how I'd expect him to sound, yeah.
They call me the king of pop. I'm gonna dance all over you. Don't tango with the king of pop.
Was he pretending to be Muhammad Ali?
The
champ is here.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's MJ.
Okay, I'm just going to put it out there that don't believe everything you see on TikTok. We didn't hear a recording of his voice. We saw a snippet of a fucking video game from the 90s where the audio was fucking 2-bit.
Registered to him.
But also that still
speaks like this.
Yeah, but also that wasn't exactly the deep as I'm the king of pop. It
that
still sounds like bloody like Childish Gambino. Like he's still pretty hype.
But has he sounded like Muhammad Ali?
Yeah, but has he ever? You've never heard him.
I still haven't. Like you just showed me a TikTok video of a video game thing. Like, have you checked Ready to Rumble is credited to his as the audio?
Of course,
recording?
man. I do heaps of research.
Did you? You didn't, you rat bag.
One moment, please.
You did it. Like we didn't actually hear a recording of it, and the recording we did was him being like,
and Spike Lee both said that that's not how he speaks.
Oh yeah, and they would never lie because it's not a funny bit to say, oh yeah, I hung out with Michael Jackson.
There were other times Michael would use his deep voice in music videos and songs. You Rock My World. He sings it in You Rock My World. Yeah, it's true.
Is it? You're a rat bag.
Yeah.
But also it makes sense.
He was credited as the voice actor on Ready to Rumble, so.
Okay, fair enough.
Unless he could be putting that voice on.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Well, it would have been better if it was a recording of him being like good.
Potentially he could, because did you say Ready to Rumble? Is that a boxing thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a boxing
It sounded like he was being Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. So he's like
king of pop.
He's very talented.
Yeah, he was the best. Oh, I mean,
Wow.
He wasn't the best, let's be honest. He's no Taylor Swift, but...
What is the obsession with Taylor Swift, bro? I don't get it.
For me personally, I'm annoyed that everyone else is doing it in the world because it's like, go fuck off. This is my girl. But like, I've been like, for me, just not to be weird, but like, I'm clearly a bit tismy, and every thought and emotion I've ever had, she has a song for. Like, and then when I got into relationships...
Call that music, bro.
All right, fair enough. Yeah. But I only listen to her or Eminem, and it's like I feel like every thought or feeling I've ever had, both of them have expressed it in a song.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And so those are the two artists I connect with.
What, happy and sad?
Yeah.
Do you think though you could find that with almost like any good, talented artist?
Probably, but I'm not looking for it because I have it with her.
But what is the...
Whenever I want to masturbate, I listen to Michael Jackson's
But it's also,
Beat It.
she's like...
Because I am interested...
Whenever I want to shoplift, I'm bad.
I am interested as to how it does happen.
Because she's a lyrical, I think, lyrically amazing. It's the whole era. It's also, she's very like femme. She's a femme icon. There's a lot of little things to it.
Did you like her when she was like country, really just country?
That's when I first found her, because we're exactly the same age.
Yeah.
We're kind of destined to be best friends.
What's her first album, Welcome to Country?
It's called Taylor Swift.
Is it?
Yeah.
And
Welcome to Country.
But so like,
I get her.
I'm interested in how like someone like her, she's got this,
and it's such a varied. So you listen to the
but then like Coldplay came to town, and you see that style, like it's a cult, and people want to go there and watch and be part of this show. And then there's people who have that similar sort of draw card. I don't know what creates that draw.
I don't know what it is, but I know that when I was watching Eminem, when I went to see Eminem, I felt annoyed that everyone else there was vibing with it. I was like, this isn't for you. This has been for me, for my entire
everyone
childhood.
Else there was black.
These albums are for me.
Well,
I was annoyed that everyone else knew the words and shit. I was like, everyone go home. This isn't for you. I feel the same with Taylor.
What is
like,
that?
you have a personal connection.
So what is
that's
that?
your artist. I don't know. Maybe
it's
I'm
that
psycho.
vibe where it's got to feel a song for every emotion. So you strongly associate
it's a parasocial emotion. Parasocial like a relationship where like that's my person. I know this person
because
and they know me.
You'll get that with things like.
Dear Stan.
Like friends, friends. Like people will be like, you go to a wedding and you'll like and now introducing the bridesmaid. I love Friends. And it's like, they have that sort of connection that I'm the Friends person. I'm the friend. But everyone's the Friends person. And everyone's look at Andre Brewer.
I was going to say Andrew Bocelli.
I can't remember.
Brewer.
Is that how you pronounce his last name?
Yeah.
Brewer?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Captain Holt.
Oh, right. Yeah, everyone's been like, oh, rest in peace, Captain Holt. And I'm like, what?
I had this full, in my head, like in my gut, I'm like, I have a connection. No one loves Brooklyn Nine-Nine more than me. He's my guy. And I had that same feeling of like, why are you vibing with this? Nah, no one likes it more than me, but everyone likes it more.
Because that's just how art works, I guess. You make a connection. Like, to me, Brooklyn Nine-Nine reminds me of Delby. So as soon as I saw he died, I messaged him. I messaged Delby to be like, your boy died kind of deal.
And I just said, cool.
No.
But hopefully we have some people that listen to this that feel the same way about us.
Well, yeah, I guess you would. It also depends on if... Like for me personally, like obviously like mental, like full on childhood and stuff. I listen to a lot of Eminem through that. So it's like, it's also like it's a comfort. So then like when you're going through a trauma or something, it helps you. So people, I know I feel the same with Mitch Hedberg. So my Mount Rushmore would be like Mitch Hedberg, Taylor, and Eminem. Because when I've been
really... What an awkward Rushmore.
That would be a cool hangout. But it's like, that's what I listened. There was a period of time where every day I listened to Mitch Hedberg albums. There was just something going in the background. And like, it's just, you get a comfort in it. And like people have it with TV shows. Instead of watching a new show, they'll watch the same show over and over. I've seen all of Scrubs and Community so many times. And then there's other things.
Heck is Community.
Oh, it's the best. I've watched it. It's a comfort show.
Yeah,
like,
I fall asleep.
You know what's
Brooklyn
happening?
Nine-Nine, Community, and Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Those are my fall asleep shows.
Seinfeld, I'm too tismy.
Yeah.
Because it frustrates me that like the things that they do isn't what would happen. Like, we've been in this bakery for so long. Let me have your number. But also, you wouldn't do that.
And also, it's from fucking 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it's
it was the first. There was never a show like that ever. Yeah. That was the groundbreaking new TV show.
And you'd have nostalgia attached to it.
A show about nothing. Yeah, exactly. So if that was to come out now, it doesn't succeed.
Yeah.
But
Curb Your Enthusiasm is a better, more improved version of Seinfeld.
That's what it is. But that's the thing.
Curb is so well written.
But Curb may have come out 20, 30 years ago, and people would have gone,
what is this?
I don't know fucking what this is. Like people's perceptions, what they find funny is different. But like back then, that was groundbreaking. Seinfeld was huge. And so now I've just got a nostalgic hold to that. That's all that is. If that came out today, I'd probably go,
Yeah.
Cream.
I still don't understand Taylor though.
Well, I think also
I don't even think she's hot, man.
You got to. Well,
don't you?
Nah.
But this is part of it. So you got to look at the context of it. Like she's been doing music for like millennials, which is basically all over thing, and then all of their kids are now into it as well. So you've got the double generation bang. Like my Taylor Swift quizzes, some of the girls are 8, some of them are 30. Like so you got that whole spread of like 10 albums over that entire period. Then she's talking directly to women. Her appeal isn't that I'm hell hot and sexy. It's actual songs with lyrics and she's a brilliant lyricist, and she writes her own shit. All of her things is written by her. It's all done by her. It's directed by her. It's self-made. And then it's also the movement at the moment where this is the year of female art. Like you look at Barbie, you look at now like there's the Beyonce movie. Like it's a time and a place, and she's built up. But it's just a snowball effect that's all just hit at once.
Sad state that is a mark of being a good artist now, that you write your own music and you perform your own music. Like Drake does. That used to be just what it was.
Yeah, it should
now
be,
it's like this is a shining light of someone who writes like
through all pop though. Pharrell Williams is behind almost every pop song you ever hear.
Do you love like NERD is fucking
so sick,
the best,
and
it blows my mind when I play it at the quiz as one of the songs like Lap Dance or Rockstar or something. People are like, what's this? And it's like, how do you not know? How do you not know
Rockstar? That's just like. I fucking love it, man.
Was it the Neptunes? That was what he was originally in, right?
Yeah.
The Neptunes, and then it was NERD.
Yeah,
potentially.
I think it was in
Never Really Dies. Or was it at the same time?
Yeah. Because Neptunes did stuff with Tupac as well, hey?
Yeah.
But yeah, Pharrell writes, and Lady Gaga, I think, and Sia. They're the three of the main people that write songs for everyone else. And Ed Sheeran.
And that guy does not age.
Have you seen that? Pharrell, yeah. Yo, he's got all those fucking adrenal.
It reminds me of
if
him and Kobe had a kid. That remind me of Jonas. They got like
that's cute.
The match.
I'd watch that video.
But that's fuck. Pharrell's a genius, man.
Yeah.
But like, there's so many artists. The thing is, like, depending on what you're feeling, like I like any genre.
Yeah.
We had Alex on the other day. I can go down my heavy metal path.
When I watched I watched that clip and I was like, yeah, Delby's right. This is dog shit. No offense, but like, no. Yeah. I always do that joke at my quizzes because I always play Taylor. And I'm like, when I play Metallica, I was like, how do you like this better than Taylor?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you?
I don't mind Metallica.
Straight people are weird.
So I'll listen. I'll listen to fucking Jack Johnson, and I'll listen to Iron Maiden. I'll listen to Metallica. I'll listen to Slipknot. I'll listen to System of a Down. I'll listen to fucking anyone, Eminem. Like I just whatever I'm feeling at the time. I just have different vibes.
Your heart.
Yeah, even like bands that I didn't used to like for like Mumford & Sons.
I love that.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Hey, little lion, man. You're a man and you are a lion.
Well, they're just like
that's about Charlie Cameron.
They're just like they're really lyrically incredible.
Well, that's where lyrics is where I go to.
Lyrics,
I don't care. Like some people are saying they don't even listen to lyrics. It's just the sounds. They just hear it all as a melody. I couldn't tell you what beats and harmonies sound like. It's just the lyrics I'm listening to. I don't care about the background music. I could listen to everything.
Lewis Capaldi, someone you love. That's a hell good like lyrical.
Lewis Capaldi, all of his stuff is great.
Yeah. He's fucking funny as well, man.
He's ridiculous.
We need more pop stars like him, eh?
He's mental, but like held Ticky.
Yeah, he's got Tourette's.
Ticky Longstocking.
Yeah, he's got Tourette's.
Yeah, but he's funny as fuck. He'd be a good stand-up.
Yeah, he would.
Like, he does fucking hell funny shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know why anyone would ever... I would date Taylor Swift just so I had a song made about me and immortalised.
Yeah, but even like that becomes...
Yeah, but do you see what happened to the Kansas City...
Are they still
together?
They're
selling so many more tickets now.
Yeah, like their followers on Instagram.
Mate, that'd be good. I'd sell out shows.
And his podcast...
the Kelsey Brothers
has just like...
Really?
exploded
the Swiftie
with
thing.
all the Swiftie fans
when they break up.
But he's secure enough to be able to do all of that. He's secure enough in himself to be like, I'm successful, man. I can do this. And he's okay with it. Like, he's Travis Kelce. He's the best tight end in NFL. He's had his own big career. And now people are like, Taylor's boyfriend. And he's like waving to him and enjoying it. It's like he's okay with playing second fiddle to the biggest superstar in the world.
But
which is, you'd have to be a pretty secure man to be able to do that.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I think it's also...
Do you think people date other celebrities because they see other hot celebrities have dated them?
Well,
they go, she dated...
No, she's fucking hot as shit, man.
Is she?
Yeah, really hot.
So
she's
beautiful.
Fucking incredible. She's beautiful.
Let me have another look at her.
You're mental if you don't think she's hot.
I associate her with Delta, but Delta I think is hot.
Delta?
Delta's a loser, though.
Nah, Delta's...
And
do you like Delta?
Delta is incredible.
Delta's hot.
I don't understand you at all.
Yeah, Delta is hot, but shit, on The Voice, I was like, this chick's a loser, bro. I was like,
a lot of people said that, but just don't watch The Voice. If you watch The Voice, you're a fucking loser, bro.
Yeah, you're watching The Voice.
You're watching The Voice?
Maybe in person.
You fucking loser.
Yeah, maybe in person. I don't know. For me, Taylor
is gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't ever judge.
She's too much like a...
Like the perfect white girl.
No, I don't think that.
Yeah, but I've seen the girls that you like.
Delby needs like the big old...
She looks more like...
Big old titties.
He likes big old titties.
He needs porn star.
She has good enough titties.
And he loves big eyelashes and big eyes.
What's wrong with her face? It's beautiful.
Big fake lips.
Yeah, whatever, you fucking losers. She's too... Like, what people think the beauty is. Like, you're showing that as models, and I don't think models are hot.
Now, she's turned into that, I think. I think she's gone a little bit that way. But before, she was just like, especially when she was that country singer girl like Romeo and Juliet, that time period.
There's something about her fucking eyebrows.
Beautiful, like beautiful.
Why are you being like this? It's not about how she looks.
Yeah, she reminds me
about
of
what's
like,
on the inside, Daniel.
Oh, I haven't been inside her yet. I think...
And you never will.
Not with that attitude.
Stay the fuck away from
She
her.
reminds me of like maybe a Cheshire cat from the...
You're off chops, boy. You're off chops.
Wait a few weeks.
I agree.
Yeah,
This kid's
I don't
mental,
know, man.
hey.
Chuck it. Message
think
us.
the most
Hard yarns.
Yeah. Who do you think's the hottest?
No, don't. Why do we have to...
Mila Kunis. Mila Kunis.
Okay, that's fine. I like Mila.
Is incredible. She speaks 2 languages.
But
hot,
but one of them's
funny.
Russian. That doesn't
Yeah. Well, best of both worlds. So whoever wins, I win. And who else? I don't.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
You know who's fucking
She's
smoking?
the peak. Sarah Michelle Gellar. I still got a poster of her on my wall.
I used to love
Buffy.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Buffy.
Yeah. Well,
Jennifer Love
you know how I know you're
gay?
I love Sarah Michelle Gellar and Taylor Swift.
What's her name's daughter is fucking banging.
Excuse me?
Heidi Klum's daughter.
Yeah, it's just Heidi Klum.
No, her daughter is like...
Yeah, it's just Heidi
Young
Klum.
Heidi Klum.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
How old's her daughter before we
About 14 or something?
You're a
Do you know who else is
she's like 21.
Now, being fully aware of
She
the fact that
looks
I have
so
my own
hot.
daughter, do you know who's got a hot fucking daughter?
Hang on a second.
Of age?
Of age.
Okay.
If you say
Because you
yourself.
just go, I've got a daughter who's 6.
Eminem.
She's
I haven't seen her in a while.
She's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. Now she's a little bit...
And she's
not.
hell smart. Like she's very taking advantage of the fact my dad's a billionaire.
Yeah, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd hope so.
Yeah.
No, but I wouldn't. I would do the opposite. My dad's Eminem. You think I'm working hard? You think I'm getting the ducks of my school? I'm not showing up at all. It's like, what am I going to do? Accidentally inherit $1 billion? Like we own the Kmart mansion in Detroit. Like she doesn't have to work a day in her
Unless
life.
it was-
but she's still like out there like getting the
What's
ducks
a
in school.
Kmart mansion?
The guy that owned Kmart, he built his big mansion in Detroit,
I
and
thought you were
Eminem bought
saying
that.
he
Eminem bought that.
a mansion from an old Kmart. From an old Kmart?
Yeah,
Like,
he turned
just
a Kmart
turned it into a...
He just moved. He's like, I'm Eminem. Everyone get out.
This is now my Kmart mansion. Right next door to my
they've got this
Walmart cubby
fucking-
house.
They've got this like superstar huge compound in like Detroit, like
Sick.
this big huge gated community inside a gated community. Like you don't have to work a day in your life. Like the fact that she even shows up to school is impressive.
Unless it's
That's
like
good
Shaq's
point.
kids, though, where they're not in the will and they don't get any of his cheddar unless they got 2 degrees.
No offense to my man, he Eminem. There's no way in the how much he loves his kid and how much he had nothing. He's spoiling the fuck out of that kid.
Yeah.
He grew up with absolutely nothing. He did everything for her. There's no way it's like, no, you have to work for these millions. She'd be like, shut up, dickhead. You
not
only
like-
got it for putting me on 4 songs. Like,
Yeah, I was going to say, right. She's the youngest ever credited artist before, I think, Kanye and Beyonce before
Jay-Z
Beyonce
put
and Jay
Blue Ivy.
put Blue Ivy on. Hailey was the youngest credited.
for Bonnie and Clyde, 97.
What do you mean? Youngest
Hailey's
credited?
audio was on Eminem's track.
Oh, really?
I know you miss your mom and I know you miss your dad. Like she's
Yeah.
on.
Oh, she's on well before that. That's Mockingbird.
Yeah,
Wasn't
that's-
she the
that's
first
like-
youngest?
She's also on Daddy's Gone Crazy, which was on the
Daddy
Eminem show.
Gone
And I'm pretty sure she's
Crazy.
on 97 Bonnie and Clyde. That's her as a
Who,
baby.
Hailey is on 97 Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, the song 97 Bonnie and Clyde from Marshall Mathers LP.
Oh, I thought you were
Where
talking
it's
about
about how he like
Beyonce Bonnie and
No,
Clyde.
so that's why they did their Bonnie and Clyde after. Yeah.
So Ivy is the youngest.
Now I guess.
No.
What's the story of Bonnie and Clyde? Anyone like?
So it was, they
I
were just
have
bank
a
robbers
vague
back
memory.
in the day. They were bank robbers back in the day.
Ladies?
And they were like, no, the Bonnie and Clyde was the man.
Yeah.
So they were like this love affair thing. It was back in the day where you could commit crimes. Like John Mulaney has a great joke about it. It's like there was no DNA. So like they could just be like, you could just say like, this was me. And it's like, oh, there's blood on the ground. And like, go mop it up. It's yuck.
Yeah.
But like they were just going around the country shooting things up and stuff, and they were held gunned down. Yeah. And they just became this cultural. There's something we love about people that are going against the establishment. So they were like rock stars, and like so people would see them coming into town and they wouldn't tell the cops. So they'd let them come through. And when they did get shot, they got absolutely massacred by the cops. And there's that hell famous. You can look it up. The video of the car on the back of a trailer, completely shot up with bullets, and they're laying in the car all shot up and stuff. Like so there's bank robbers. And they were going all around. There was them and Ma Baker. So Ma Baker.
Ma Baker. Yeah. This is a sticker. Yeah. Don't anybody move.
So that was a real thing. Like, and it was also like, we're thinking like Prohibition era too. So there's like, and it's also just coming out of the Depression. So there's no money anywhere. And it's like, oh yeah, I can just go to the bank with this machine gun and get all the money and then fuck off to the next town. There's nothing you can do about it. And it just became this whole thing like Ned Kelly-esque of being like, yeah, fuck the establishment. This is cool. Like they became the rock stars.
Everyone seems to love that anti-establishment. So they have that secret, like, is that, I don't know, because the state seems to control everything. So
it's innately built into you. Like when you're a kid, when you see the like, I know I got more popular when I was acting like a fuckhead in school instead of being like the kid that like kicks the table over. As adults, you're like, stop being a loser. But all the other kids are like, yeah, get it.
I wonder what it is.
It's that guilty
girls
pleasure
love a bad boy
of living vicariously through someone else going, I wish I could do that.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Because it's like anyone that's a rebel who pushes against something, I wish I could do that. That's something I've always wanted to do, but I don't have the guts to do it because of the consequences.
Yeah, it'd be like a subconscious
Or I just
thing.
love my life the way it is and I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah. But not that it's necessarily illegal. You could do things that are anti-establishment that are legal. But it's just like, pushing against the grain, like what we're doing now sometimes when we talk against the government. Some people will say, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put my thoughts out there. Yeah. That's, in a way, that's legal. So, but do you know what I mean? Like, what is the draw? I don't think the
government are quite listening to us.
No, but like, why are that? But it's not us. It's not us. It's not us. It's on a broad scale. There's fucking 40,000 podcasts doing the exact same thing. So that message gets to millions and millions of people, and they all get the same sort of message.
Yeah.
What's that draw for all of those people to be like, yes, I agree with what you're saying?
I think half of it is the society we live in now. A lot of squeaky wheel gets the grease, and a lot of people. What's the word? Virtue signal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like, this shouldn't happen, but behind closed doors are like, fuck that group of people, man.
Yeah, but why? Is it intentional?
It's moral.
Do you think it's
moral
like divide and conquer?
No.
You just think it's just society's just gone that way?
I just think people try to be morally superior and they virtue signal. And then the reality of things is like, look at the referendum, for example. Morally, everybody would be like, yes, we want that. And then behind closed doors, they're like, oh, actually, I'm going to vote no because X, Y, Z. But they want a virtue signal.
And that's because because I think politically people are aligned. They're like, I have to think this way or this way. Instead of what we were talking about prior to the pod is having a nuanced discussion. Just because I think that potentially what Israel's doing is fucking horrific, which it is, doesn't mean I condone Hamas, for example. Yeah. Like, there's a nuanced discussion you can have.
But
it's kind of black and white.
It's kind of gross, so you can kind of see how manipulate. Like, I've pulled back from all of that stuff. I know barely anything about anything, but stuff like I know nothing about that Brittany Higgins case. Yeah. But I can tell you which side of the case you're on just by your political affiliation. Yes. And you shouldn't be able to do that. No, exactly. There's something fucking wrong with that. That it's like, oh, I know you're a right-wing guy, you're going to back him.
Yes.
Or I know you're a hardcore lefty, you're backing her.
Yes.
Without knowing any facts about the case, without having an opinion on it of my own. I know that Channel 7's paying for his rent, and I know it's an SA account, like a thing. I know nothing else about that, but I can tell you which side of the spectrum you're going to land on. You shouldn't be able to do that.
Nah.
Or the Israel palette, like, that's weird. Yeah. There's some kind of manipulation going on where you can know nothing else about the facts, but I can tell you which side of the story you're going to be on. That's fucking weird.
That's the example now that we're seeing, I think. Like, people are just going, no, they're not. Lots of people are staying in their shell and not having an opinion on this one because they're like,
no one should have an opinion on it until it goes to court and everything's held. Like,
no. I mean, the Israel thing, like that's a very everyone's going very quiet and dark on it because I think everyone can see that it's both sides.
Both sides are fucking mental.
Both sides. There's fucked up, but yeah.
At the end of the day, if you're willing to kill kids to prove your point, I don't agree with your point, and they're both willing to kill kids. Yes. So go fuck yourselves. Yeah. Realistically,
what if it's a very naughty kid?
I smack you with bomb.
But you even see it like Congress has just blocked the Biden administration's attempt to try and get more money into Ukraine and Russian conflict and the Israel
America
Hamas
should
stuff.
fucking focus on their own country.
The amount of homeless people that are like lining the streets of LA and New York, and then you're going to send money to the Ukraine? Like, what the fuck?
Well, it's
Ukraine.
It's all but being confirmed that America basically started this conflict.
No way.
I know.
What a conspiracy.
America.
And you can disagree with this, but Putin, and this is again to condone, to understand, and as Corey White said before in our podcast, to understand Putin's actions isn't to condone his actions, but to understand that he clearly outlined, don't fucking take Ukraine and add them to NATO. And
that was what the treaty was, right? Yeah, it's North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and then they fucking they broke the treaty.
Of which, because the Soviet Union doesn't exist, why the fuck does it exist anymore? But anyway, that aside, that doesn't they've continuously pushed into that conflict, and then billions and billions of dollars have been laundered through the Ukraine. Now people,
that's all it is.
Now people are seeing this issue in the Congress, and they go, no, we're fucking not giving any more money, and we're not putting it to something that's just going nowhere. This is a war that can't be won. And Nancy Pelosi will say, well, you can't count money as the fact that you have to look at lives. Well, fuck, because of what they've done, look at how many lives have been lost.
Yeah.
I think that half the battle is trying to get information that's verified as well.
Yeah.
So anything we hear about Israel, anything we hear about Palestine, but it's already tainted. I don't know where to get.
Now why? That's why I've stepped back from all of it, and I feel like I'm hell ignorant. But also, I'm the happiest I've been for a while. I'm buying dolphin jerseys. Look at it. It's got a dolphin.
And this is that's something that Delby and I stopped doing for a little bit because it's everything. We started buying dolphin jerseys. No, the
Clippers.
We just stopped. Well, I certainly did. Stopped looking into what was going on in the world because it was just. It was everything.
But we are a reliable news channel for some people.
Well, but the other part of it doesn't end. Like you could have done this podcast 40 years ago, and you'll be talking about Vietnam as just a waste of money, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And we need to be focusing on this, and the gays, and like it's always something. There's always something forever. The world is bad. Yeah. But then you look out that window, and it's beautiful, sunshiny day. There's birds chirping. Like who gives a fuck?
And so
we got lucky enough to live in a country where we're not getting bombed. Let's just keep our heads down and keep living.
Yeah. And that's the part.
I'm sorry, that sounds so evil.
No,
but it's also like, well, fuck yeah. Like, unfortunately, we won the lottery. We're not in a war zone, so I don't care.
It's fucking rough, man. We are all humans, but like,
are we though? No, yeah, we are.
Are we dancers? My signs are vital, not if I live overseas. But the thing is, like, we are all humans, man, and it's fucking insane to think that depending on where you're born and which piece of land that you decide to fucking
what religion you follow,
it's insane. And this is a controversial statement. I think that some countries, thanks to inbreeding and cousins and stuff marrying and having kids, their capacity to think logically and then the brainwashing from religion has severely impacted their decision making.
Wholeheartedly.
There's so much retardation, to quote Wolfie, with all this stuff that happens. It's like, and it's systemic as well. There's not, I know if I grew up and my dad had been murdered by someone that lived in Mirrabooka, and then Mirrabooka kept coming over and killing mum, and then they fucking came over and killed my brother, I'd be like, fuck Mirrabooka, man. I'm going to tell my kids we're going to fuck these cunts up. They've done this.
Yeah.
And it just perpetuates forever.
100%.
You need to do what the Vietnamese did and just forgive. Exhibit A.
But even like, it's funny, like in our media, we're so like, the best example is that Star Wars movie. Star Wars is the biggest movie of all time. But like, that's a rebel group. Like the Empire came in and killed his parents. And then he's from a little desert island. And then he's super religious. He joins up with a religious leader, and then they go and blow up the Empire's biggest. Like he's Al Qaeda.
When did the Empire?
And like this whole time we're just like, yeah, hell yeah, Luke, you're the best. Like take down the establishment. That's Al Qaeda, dude. Yeah. Twin Towers is the fucking Death Star.
Wow.
Like what's the difference?
And Darth Vader is the president.
Yes.
Of America.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barack.
Yeah, he's black.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
But have you seen Freddie Prinze Jr.'s talk about
Sarah Michelle Gellar's husband? No, I hate that guy.
Have you seen him talk about Star Wars?
Yeah, it's good.
Freddie Prinze
sent
Jr.
me
He nails it.
It's the greatest explanation of balance I've ever heard.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Was he?
He was talking
Fred
to George
Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Was he in it?
No, he created his own
wasn't in it.
fan stuff, I think, as well. Something along those
Or
lines.
did he
I don't
voice
think he was
someone in the cartoon?
No, but he talked to George Lucas about it, and George Lucas gave him a full rundown of what the actual balance is and how you can predict any Star Wars movie ever, because it's always about the balance of the Force, evil and good and bad. Yeah. And so the whole fucking premise is that there has to be good to be bad and bad to be good.
Yeah. So whenever the bad get too good, then the good come back, and whenever the good get too hard, the bad come back. That's all it is.
That's like my thoughts.
Yeah.
For every suicidal Tuesday, there's Pinger Sunday. You know what I mean?
Well, I think one causes the other.
Exactly. So there's a perfect balance on Thursday where I'm a normal functioning person.
Yeah.
Which is today. I'm feeling.
That's why I'm feeling
normal.
good, man.
Yeah, same.
And I'm planning for the weekend.
Yeah. Fuck, I'm feeling very good today. I ticked a bit of a box.
Yeah. Who was she?
Oh, yeah. No, I ticked the box. I cut off all videos. Videos finished off yesterday, so another step into the podcast is complete. It's no longer scary. I feel like this, I don't know, confidence.
Yeah.
I don't know. Delby's coming up with ideas that really excite me.
I have lots of ideas.
Yeah.
I'm an ideas man.
We hung out with someone the other day, and we were coming up with the idea, riffing off each other, and he said, he was like, those two are like geniuses. I was like, that's the first time anyone's ever said that. I think you spelt retard wrong.
It's just, it's directing Delby's ideas into a funnel and getting the 48 and turning them into one good goal.
No,
I think
48 of them go.
Yeah.
46 will take off and 2 will get you cancelled. But like whatever, go for it.
For sure.
That's sort of how it works, I think. You just got to...
Yeah, I think out of my 48, 46 are usually good, man.
I reckon what you do is you come up with a really good idea and you're like, fuck, bang. And then you try and double down on the same one and keep going. And you're like, fuck, that idea there is fucking sick. Let's get that one and smash that. So I like...
In fairness to him, though, say he has 10 ideas. If he has 10 ideas, 8... Like 2 will be really, really fucking great.
Yes.
And then there's 8 kind of average. But on average, those 8 are better than most people's number 1 best ideas.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
That's what I think. On my resume.
Yeah.
So like when you compare it, you're like, no, I don't like that. But then you compare it to what other people are putting out, you're like, oh, it's better than him though. So maybe it is workable.
So that's my role next year is to just like get Delby's ideas and execute them.
Yeah.
Finally, I'm going to execute them. And
speaking of which, my next idea is kill all stray dogs. So we are going to...
I think that in Bali, man. They're so annoying.
I think that Bali dogs have got the best, bro.
Well,
they just cruise around. They get the fuck other dogs. They're out at midnight. Walk. They sleep wherever they want.
Bark at you and you bark back. I've got a whole barking festival.
Stray dogs is like a Southeast Asian thing. Like Jade's running.
That's why they started eating them.
Jade, who
it's a free food source.
We had the free diver. Jade, she's running a charity or a fundraiser to help get the stray dogs off the street in the Philippines.
Shooting them.
So I think we're emceeing that event. I don't know when it is, somewhere between early next year. But it's a fucking problem. They're everywhere.
Yeah. I always thought that though. Like the dogs in Bali have the best life. They're just a little bit hungry sometimes.
And they don't.
They're all scabby looking.
Yeah, and they look like rabies dogs.
They don't have to live in a house. They get to
freedom,
hang out with dogs whenever they want. They get to sleep all day.
So this is what happens when anti-establishment reaches the full thing. We're just going to be chilling on the street.
I don't want to hang out with dogs all day. I want to be in a house.
That's because you're not a dog.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah. Like it's like junkies. You get to hang out with other drug junkies. You do drugs all day.
You sleep on the streets.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Every now and again, someone will adopt you.
Why are homeless people always asleep?
Because there's nothing to do, man.
Yeah, but like, I love that thing. Is like, what, you got work in the morning? Like, what are you doing?
I've always been interested. Like, you know how you put yourself in scenarios. I would do this. I would do that. What would you do if you were homeless?
Straight out. I already know, bro.
I'd find a house that's abandoned and live in that. There are so many abandoned buildings in Perth, or like things like
the central business, the CBD.
There's so
that's
much.
Why they're all there. They just can't get in the building.
But there's so much. There's so many places. I often think that though when you walk around something like I could sleep here. Like,
dude, I look at all the food that gets wasted at cafes.
You did that. You did that anyway. You're like, oh, go get that little cupcake.
Yeah.
So just to give a little shout out, I started working at Drasco's, because I love Drasco's hot chicken and I love the guy Drasco who runs it. So he gave me a job there. I work like 2 hours a week. It's not a real job. I basically show up and serve chicken and then get free chicken.
Yeah.
The amount of people who don't finish their meal.
Oh, it's insane.
I get angry. I'm considering asking him if I can bring a Tupperware container.
Well, that's why
just
I
in
said
the
that you should have worked
breasts
there,
of chicken, in the half breasts of chicken, I could fill up this container and have chicken for a week.
Because didn't you get in trouble for eating at home when you were
I
working
think
there?
about it every time.
It's one of my confessions. But the funny thing is, I didn't realise this runs in the family. This is the poor mentality I spoke about at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Worked at Dome when I was 14, and I would see people's plates and they would have an untouched like cake. They'd have like maybe the end bit and it's nice and sliced with a fork. The rest is pristine. Or they'd have half a sandwich. The other half would be untouched, like a BLT.
Yeah, why can't you have that?
I'm sitting there going, fuck, man, what a waste of
I'm
food.
going to play
I can't believe this. And I would eat it out the back. And then one of my superiors was like, oh, you can't do that. I was like, why? They're like, oh, because of hygiene laws or something. So I wrote that as a No, I didn't write it as a confession. I was doing confessional with Cam McLaren coming this Fringe World January 19th through to February 18th. Book a ticket, 9:30 every weekend at Stables.
Oh, can I give you my confession or should we wait for it live?
No, let's do it now. Well, but then I read it out. I used to eat food off people's plates. I was like, oh, I did that. And the person that came forward was my little brother.
Well, I'll play... oh, my God.
So we found out it ran in the family.
I'll play devil's advocate here, and I'll play the Jerry Seinfeld to George Costanza, which is a reference to when he got an eclair out of the rubbish bin, but it was sitting on the top. At what point does that eclair
There's an
become...
eclair in a wrapper?
It's on a plate on the top, is what George Costanza he's like, it wasn't, and he's like, was it below the level of the top of the bin, or was it above?
If it's on a plate on top,
when
it's
is it
fine.
garbage? When is it not?
If it's on a plate on top, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly. And if you're taking it straight off the table, it's tickety boo.
Now, what if it's on top, but it's just below the top?
Nah, then you got the levels.
Okay.
But it's the same.
No, it's not. There's different molecules in the
vibes.
air.
Now, if we go off the
Yeah,
Jerry
it's the vibe.
Seinfeld,
It's the vibes, it's the Marbo.
if we go off the Jerry Seinfeld way of thinking, he was like, once it's below that top, it's rubbish. You are eating garbage.
Garbage boy.
I'll get on board with that.
You get on board with that?
It depends because you
but
don't
it's the same
know.
spot. It's literally...
Nah, but you might have had, there might be like overlap of like something's fallen off the side. If it's on top, then there's no risk of side foliage.
Yeah, it's the same as like, say, if I farted right now in the room, you'd be like, that's disgusting. But if I just stood on the edge of that door and farted out there, it's different because it's outside. It's not in the same room.
Less
It's past
concentrated.
that line. There's a barrier.
Yeah.
I would argue both are disgusting. But all
what if you
All right,
fart
Mr. I don't
but
fart.
those
Fart on
perfectly
food and eat
natural
it?
events that everyone does.
Yeah.
Don't come to my bedroom.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's rubbish. And I would, if I was homeless, I would literally just go to fucking cafes.
So what about the cafe? What about the table? Is that rubbish?
No, it's not.
Wholeheartedly no. Even
Yeah.
the fact when they've taken like a bite out of it and just cut that little bit where their
Cut
bike
it off.
mouse was. It doesn't
Completely fine.
If I was homeless, I would walk around to every local
I
business,
agree.
become friendly with them and be like, hey, can you just, I'll bring you the Tupperware containers, steal them from Coles, and then go up to them and be like, hey, can you just chuck your rubbish into this? It's not going to affect you
And
at
I
all.
would fully-
And everyone likes helping people. And it's not like you're like, oh, please give me free stuff. You're like, oh, your rubbish food, can you put it into here?
Yeah.
And I'll siphon through it for you.
I agree. I'm
So
playing more devil's
homeless
advocate.
people are
but-
lazy.
Yeah.
Most of them are
So,
crazy. They've got a mental health issue.
Do you think there's like a coordinated effort at the moment with homeless people? Have
What,
you
standing
noticed?
on
Just because they keep moving further north, like The Walking Dead, where they just
The
keep
ones at the
going
set of
towards
lights
the
are
wall?
really annoying, and it makes
Is
me
that
feel like the biggest
coordinated?
cunts.
Is that coordinated?
No,
'Cause
I
that
think
happened.
I think they just see it
happened-
works.
That happened like that.
Yeah, I think they just saw it work, so they go. In fairness, it's better than robbing your house, I guess.
true.
Especially if you want, because some of them are skitzing out. You watch some of them; they're really like on
Well,
the gear.
I saw this happen overseas for years. Every holiday, you'd see them at the lights. I think what's happened is a homeless person has figured out how to leave the country. They've got here and then they've shared it.
Guys, this is what you got to do.
Yeah, because it's only just happened
once.
Yeah,
But it's also like if we just have a collective effort to not pay them, people wouldn't do it. They obviously do it because it works. And the amount of time I've sat there and watched people like roll down their window and hand them money, and you're like, well,
that's just that little adrenaline or the endorphin rush that you get from helping someone. But I mean,
I look
do
at
what
them-
they have to do.
See, I look at them and I see like what happened. I don't understand. Like that could have been a complete fuck up, but still, what made them a fuck up? Like they were a kid. They were a little kid that had ambitions and goals and
choices. Maybe,
so potentially they had a bad upbringing. I don't know what it is.
Most of it, I think, actually, I shouldn't speak out of pocket. There is
get back in that pocket.
There's a few different research efforts on it that I can't remember. I was listening to a podcast or read a news article when Kieran Lyons did the sleep out here.
Yeah,
and they were saying that a lot of it is mental health. There's a big majority that's mental health.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of it domestic violence.
And what's causing the mental health though? Like there's it's not. Well, some people don't just get it. Sometimes it's years of trauma. Like, and this is where I'm
trauma in the
coming
family,
from. Like
DV.
A lot of these kids are like they're born and they're fine and there's no issues, and then they develop these mental health conditions because of traumas and fucking upbringings, and then you're like, fuck.
But some of it is
like I can't help but feel compassion for these people who were
for
just
sure.
Yeah, maybe it's you who talk about seeing him as a kid and then realizing I can't hate you.
It is you. It's the hardest part is because you think that they were, especially when you see babies, and you're like, well, you're going to grow up. I don't know. I see it all the time with war movies when you're seeing people just get killed. And it's like, you're doing your entire life just get mowed down on a beach. Like, like what the fuck was
for
that?
Other people.
What a waste of time and life. And like, but like, I don't know. In a country like Australia, we're not America. We have so many services available. Yeah. So at a certain point, and this is going to make me sound so evil and right wing, but at a certain point, you're making a choice because I know how much money you can get from the government being homeless, and it's enough to cover a shelter. They're $9 a night.
A lot of
and you're getting hundreds of dollars a fortnight if you're homeless as emergency payments and stuff.
What
so
that
if you're
would be,
sleeping on the streets, what are you spending that money you're getting for free on?
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Untreated trauma being the way they would be dealing with trauma. If you don't know any other way, and instead of having the skills to find a psychologist or psychiatrist, find a service, book in, talk about it.
The money.
Right? All that stuff. Or
again, services we provide for free.
Or you can get a point of gear. Which one's easier? Getting a point of gear.
Exactly. So should I feel bad for you making the easy choice?
Yeah, I 100% agree on that. But if you don't have the skill set or the ability to do what it takes to get the help, that's where that's where the hard part is, because if you don't even have those skills, then what are you expected to do? Like if you've grown up, mum's in jail, dad's a crackhead, you sort of floated through the foster care system, no one's really taught you these skills, then you're kind of fucked.
Now this is why
How many of those people are that though?
Why good? Who knows?
And this is why I think prevention in all aspects, when it comes to mental health and drug abuse and whatnot, it's always prevention, building resilience. And so I think it's one of those fine lines between giving compassion and understanding to people who have suffered for their whole life to get to this point, because they haven't been instilled with resilience and those sorts of ideas. And all you can do is help them now and try and get them back to a point where they are resilient, but then still focus on the future and make sure that they are resilient enough and have the understanding and the tools to be able to get themselves out of that situation.
Don't get me wrong. I want to be like, I just don't want to sound like I'm just this hell-heartless person.
Yeah.
But it's like there's so many things that you can't just like. Sure, like do we just keep throwing money at it? Like there's a certain point where you're making a choice, and if this is the choice you want to make with your life, I don't want to have to feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Like you can try better. You can try hard. Like, and it sounds so evil, and like I don't want people to.
No, but that's true.
I don't want it to be like that. But it's also we don't have to make all your choices for you.
Yeah.
And like life is fucking hard. It's really hard for everyone, and everyone goes through shit. And maybe you've got a lot more on your plate. But it means you just have to try harder.
And like
because like what else are we going to do? We can't keep leading you to water.
Yeah, that's
100%.
Right.
And I've spoken about.
We can buy it from the fuel station.
I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago when I had that realization of that we're all. If you go down my belief path that we're all one and that we're all sort of different reflections of each other and trying to learn from it, and if one person's a lesson for the other million people, like that sounds bad. It's triggering to a lot of people to realize that potentially their life is meaningless and all it was a lesson for someone else. But if you have that belief that I think that we're all one and we're all learning from each other in certain ways, you're just a lesson. If you're a homeless person, you're a lesson of something that I can see as led you down that path.
Yeah.
But if it's a collective lesson, it feels hard to say that, because then you're like, well, fuck, I might be the homeless person, and I'm like, oh.
But if you believe what we believe, you've chosen that when you're a soul and you're going into
there's a really great Nate Bargatze joke where there's a guy who gives the guy $10 and he's like, good man, it's glad you've done this because you could be like me tomorrow. And Nate was like, I don't know. I'd have to make some terrible decisions. Like by tomorrow,
Yeah.
like I'd burn all of my family, all of my friends, all of my charisma, all of my opportunities
Yeah.
in 24 hours. I must have made some shit mistakes. Like,
Yes.
I don't know about tomorrow.
If I gave you all of my money, I'd be like, you're right. But as an Australian, I believe that we are one, but
we are
we're
many.
many. The other thing is that you find...
Was that wholesome or lame, what we just did there?
Who knows?
I don't know.
But the other one is like a lot of people from, I can't remember the source, so this could be fake news, but it's like they've gone through it, like a guy's gone through a divorce and everything has gone to the wife and kids and he's ended up on his ass. And everyone's just that one little thing away.
Oh,
Totally.
Yeah. I do remember that one. Yes.
Unfortunate accident or situation away from living in their car. Like people don't...
Yeah, totally.
You
But
know?
then, so in that situation, don't you? I don't know. Fuck, maybe
Especially
it's just like
now.
a fantasy world of, but like, would you not go to every business you've ever seen and be like, if you don't have a job,
Give me a
you're
job,
living in your
yeah.
car, it's like, hey, I'll do anything, I'll do whatever work. I wouldn't
That's
just
why
sit
you do
there
see
all
the
day.
signs.
Yeah, but instead of just sitting there with
Signs,
a
yeah.
sign next to the,
Get on
the
Seek.
servo,
Yeah.
go on Seek, walk down the main street and be like, hey, I'm completely homeless. Is there anything I can do? I'll empty your bins for $20 or
Yeah.
I
whatever.
agree.
There's got to be, because people
But-
like helping people.
Yeah.
But once you're
So,
home,
and
once
if you're
you're
putting in the effort, people are going to help you a lot more.
Yeah, that's
Go
like-
down, literally walk down Wangara, get a lift to Abernathy Road and walk to every one of those businesses
Yeah.
and be like,
Go
hey,
clean up for 20
I'll
bucks. Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
sweep
yeah.
the warehouses.
and
Like,
that's
Yeah.
fine.
You'll
Especially,
find work.
Especially
Yeah.
if you still have a car. I think that's a way of doing it. But finding a place after
finding
you're
a
out
place
at
is
the
the
moment,
hardest
like
part,
it's
yeah.
hard enough for families to find a place.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
really true. Yeah.
So it's interesting. I don't see it getting better before anytime soon. I see it getting worse
yeah.
temporarily.
We should see if we can find an expert on homelessness and bring him in.
Yeah, I don't know what that would be.
Would it be a charity or the people that do the food vans? Or, like, I don't
Yeah.
like when people go and film stuff with homeless, like,
Nah.
just to show. But it
Yuck.
could be interesting not doing it for a look how good we are, just going around and talking to homeless people going, hey, we're just doing a little documentary or a thing. How did you end up here?
And have it speak to people that, like, so someone who offers as a service for homeless people, like their job is to offer those services. Speak to them and hear their opinion. Speak to someone who's like been through it before, or because it's not a judgment thing. And it's like, sorry, I keep trying to reiterate, I'm not evil. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
No,
not
it's
yeah,
fine.
evil.
100%.
Well, that's that thing where you don't want to virtue signal and go, oh, let's help everyone. The truth
no.
is, people
Help
will say
yourself
outside, yeah, we should help all homeless. And then on their inside, they go, oh, these fucking bums, they're not doing anything, always want a handout.
Yeah.
The true, and there's nothing wrong with speaking. It's not true, it's logic.
Yeah.
People feel bad for speaking logic these days.
Some of the most successful people I know have also gone through the most trauma I've ever seen. So you can't use trauma in shitty situations to justify that's where you're at. Choices is also
Well,
part
that's
of
like Joe Rogan said, the most interesting people are the ones that have been through the fucking craziest shit.
Yeah.
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 And
they
a lot of the people, the most successful are the ones that have gone through the hardest thing.
Yeah, because they've built resilience.
Yeah.
They've got that learned, battle-hardened behaviours that they're like, I've been through this. This is fucking nothing.
It could be an interesting doco if you ever wanted to make it. Call
only
it the Hard Yarns, Hard Yards or something, or like Hard
potentially,
Living. Hard Yarns Living.
The only thing is, like, it does go down that path of, like, filming to...
But we're not
You're
doing
profiting on people's trauma.
Yeah, and
we wouldn't be doing it to make a money or make a change.
And make a
well,
money.
do you know what, though? I
Did I
think,
say make a money?
do you know what I think would be
It would be
more...
just to highlight, just to say, oh, we were talking about this. Is this the reality of the perception?
Yeah, what's
Well,
the
I
actual
think the
situation?
more wholesome way of doing it is we have a platform already here on that podcast. Is we just go talk to some homeless people, find out
Ew.
firsthand
Without
And the
filming
mics
it.
will
without
smell.
filming it.
Yeah.
Just go have a chat, and then we can go, yeah, we spoke to this person. These were the issues they had, like, and then that way is a bit more of a
Yeah.
Authentic?
Authentic. It's just like, hey, I've just gone out and chatted to 5 homeless people, and like, hey, 3 of them were like fucked up, and they had some real issues that led to this, and this guy's just a fucking idiot who's gone down the wrong
Well,
path.
let's
'Cause
make an
drugs is
aim
a huge
between
part of
now and the next time you're on. Let's see if we can speak to 5 homeless people.
I promise you I will not do that.
Why?
I don't even make... No.
Mate, I can't say
I don't even like talking to my friends.
All
I'm not
it is
talking to homeless
Just
people.
go, hey man, like, yep, just wondering how did you end up here?
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah, I'll come in and like, oh, rest in peace, Cam. He got stabbed to death by a junkie.
So I am
So he
interested
just
in
goes, I
that.
got the train. How'd you get here?
I'm certainly interested in like how people end up where they are, because it is actually just
And
interesting.
you are one bad week, one bad year away from fucking...
Oh, one bad bet.
Well, I could say now I've
Scalable
got friends. I've got family.
Bragger.
Hey!
I got friends. I got family that I could lean on had I. But
There's some people you don't.
If you're a crackhead, for example, and you've burned those friends
with your meth pipe,
through bad decisions that have happened, sometimes you don't go down that path because you're a fuckhead. Sometimes it just happens. You can see how it's a very easy pathway. And people go, well, I don't want a crackhead in my house. Yeah. And it eventually gets to that point where you are homeless, and then you have a dependence on crack as well. So I can see how that way happens, and it's not necessarily that's a bad person. It's just a series of poor choices.
It's a sick drug addict, and that's what I want to talk about in my 6056 show. 6056 show, I'm bringing it back. We talk about gear, and it's it was about Ben. Like, you look at Ben Cousins, super charismatic. The entire country had his back. He's got the most powerful organization in the country, which is the AFL, and then the biggest club was supporting him, and meth still had him by the throat. That's how powerful that drug is, and he had to have all of those, and also the tyranny of will, how smart that guy is and how dedicated he was, to be able to, and he couldn't break out of its addiction. Do you know what I mean? And it's so how's a kid from Midland supposed to get off it? So I'm not underestimating the power, especially I think we have a bad epidemic of meth and no one gives a fuck because it's not happening to rich kids. Do you know what I mean? Like I think there's a big problem with meth, and gear is a big problem. But there is still choices involved in that. No one put the gear pipe in your hand. I've smoked it before and no one made me. That was my choice to do that. I wasn't my sister died and I had a bad childhood, so I'm going to smoke gear now. You made those choices, dude.
I do think everything is a choice.
Yeah, there's definitely accountability, I think.
And but it's once it has you, how do you help those people?
That's a difficult one.
Dr. Bright, it's the prevention.
Yeah, and prevention I think is always the one. That's why
but it's also fixing the trigger that you're trying to cure with the trauma or the trigger or whatever it is until you address that.
Well, because
you never break it.
Because it's gone so far the other way now. So far the other way of I understand your feelings.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
No
it's
discipline.
okay. That discipline is gone. So there's all the way to that thing, which is why we've got, and I know you don't like him, this is where the resulting the end result is someone like Andrew Tate, who's the exact opposite of toughen the fuck up, be a top G, be a fucking work hard, earn your money. That's why we get that. Where that's not the answer, and that's not the answer.
No, there's definitely a vacuum of leadership for young men.
Yeah,
there's a vacuum.
Yeah. So I think we've gone so far in one direction that it's that
the balance. Harry Styles
we go back to the balance we're talking about with Star Wars to counteract the fucking complete extremist wokeism. There's complete extremist toxic masculinity or whatever they want to fucking term it. Yeah. That's what's happening. That's as soon as we start to go, hey, we don't have to go that far and we don't have to go that far. We can sort of just come somewhere in the middle. And it's all about balance because it's so fucked when you see someone say to their kid, I understand what you're feeling. These are all natural. Yes, but sometimes you got to go, Bill Burr in his movie, fucking rub some dirt on it.
Yeah. There's that balance too. I'm so conflicted as someone who got hit as a kid and stuff. And it's they're young, the brain is developing, they don't understand. So let's physically assault them. You're not even allowed to physically assault adults. But then on the same token, reasoning with them's not going to work because they're young and they're dumb and developing, they don't understand.
Remember a smack.
A quick trauma might help. Yeah, exactly. You're not going to be like, now why did you do this? I don't know, because I don't have a frontal lobe. So maybe you just need a quick...
Schmack you.
Yeah.
I hit you, now you're scared of me and you listen to what I say. You don't have to understand why I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But it's for your best interest, and if you don't do it, I'll flog you.
Now,
maybe that actually works.
I think up until you're 12 or 13 and you start to get a bit of reasoning skills, a little quicker schmack.
Well, for men, our frontal lobe isn't finished developing until you're 24. So maybe we were allowed to smack everyone until they're 24.
Well, I smack Scotty, but when I say
me
smack,
too, but don't.
When I say smack though, my smack is more the action of
she's scared of
you're getting a smack bum. And I tap her that hard.
Oh, okay,
fuck all. But
it's not like you throw her into doors.
No, as soon as I smack her like that, I could fucking go like that and you'd barely even hear it. But it's still the action of giving her a smack. And it is, I've been punished. And she goes to her room and she sits in her room. Sometimes it's not even the actual hit. It is the action of like you are being punished
because that's what it has to be though. It has to be punishment, not just a release for you because you're upset at what they did. Whereas some people, it's like, oh, you fucking annoyed me. Now I'm going to hit you. And it's like you're just releasing your anger on that kid. You're not teaching them not to do anything. You just like want to get out, and it's the only thing you're legally allowed to punch.
Piss that off.
So what?
What's the only thing you're legally allowed to punch?
It's true though.
Not if you're squirrely, he punches everything. Goats, whales.
What's funny when I when my parents were living with me for a bit there, it's funny they got to see it, and Scotty would be a little brat for whatever reason, and I go, I've got to go pretend to be angry for a second, guys. I'd have to go to her bedroom and go, what you did there was unacceptable, and like talk to her I wouldn't yell at her and go, you fucking little bitch or anything like that, but I'd be pretty firm and stern, and I was like, you sit here, you know, think about what you've done, blah, blah, blah.
My dad's done the opposite, pretended to be nice because he's always angry.
Yeah.
So default mode.
And then I'd have to go back out and smile at mum and dad and go, I fucking hate that because what she did was hilarious.
That'd be the hardest thing when your kid's actually just being hell funny.
Hilarious.
Like, that's the best. Like,
yeah,
that's good.
When she is hilarious, and I like go, fuck.
Don't say that word.
She pulls me up now.
She's when you swear,
you said a bad word.
Oh shit!
And I was like, what did I say?
Andrew Tate.
You want her to say it?
Like, well, I can't say it. And I was like, did I say fuck? And she's like, So she knows the words. Like me pretending to not say the word again, like that's not going to stop her from saying it or thinking it's bad or good. So I'll just say, oh, sorry, Dad shouldn't have said fuck. Fuck's a bad word. I literally say that and shit.
It is so funny though watching a child swear. It is so fucking funny. Like
in context. In context.
Yeah, when they're not as a student going, fuck you, see you fucking poor cunt. You're like,
you're like,
excuse me, bro?
Yeah. You are 5.
Yeah.
But that comes back to what you were talking about with Alex about
just let it go, man. I just go, oh, cool, no worries. I'll speak to you about this when you come. Oh, fucking I want to talk to you. Nah, it's cool. I want to talk to you.
Yeah. And
it's got to be the adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you always used to say because I couldn't wrap my head around it because I would want to punch these kids when he tells me these stories. I'd be like, no, fuck them. Don't learn them. Get expelled. I hate you. Like, and he's like, no, you have to be the adult, Cam. I'm like, oh yeah, you have to be an adult. A lot of teachers
don't be the adult, man. There's only one time where I've ever lost my cool, and it was the man. We did everything we possibly could to make life easy, and he's still sucking.
Yeah.
He's like I gave him the worksheet, he ripped it up in front of me. Yeah, I don't want it. I don't know, he triggered me. I was like, well, fine then. I'll just call your nan. He's like, don't call my nan. She already thinks I'm dumb. I'm like, well, stop acting like a baby. He goes, you're a baby. I was like, no, you're a baby. And then then I go, okay, we'll talk about this. I don't want to talk to you. That's fine. I don't really want to talk to you either, but we're going to call Nan and see how it goes. And then let him calm down.
Yeah.
Every time he was a little shit, then I would have been like,
well, that's what the temptation was to do.
Once you're giving me that power, 100%, every time you're annoying to me, I'm like,
but on the flip side, that's where you go, this kid is a fucking child.
Yeah, that's the other part.
He's 13, but he's 7.
So that's what blew my mind. That's what blew my mind when you're like, you have to be the adult. It's like, oh yeah, because they're children.
Yeah.
Like they're not another person your age being a little jerk.
So many
they're
teachers,
children.
they just they act like teenage girls, man. He called me this. You need to suspend him. I was like, dude, he's fucking 14.
Yeah.
Like, he's mad. You got mad. You shouldn't match that energy. You need to go, no problem. Let's talk about this when we're calm.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
also,
all
why
you have to do
why do you care what a 14-year-old thinks of you?
Yeah.
That's because they've got their own hookups, I think.
Yeah.
They've got their own, I need to be respected.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But, they're there to facilitate education, not to... not to,
Well, we're actually there to facilitate every fucking
that's true.
thing under the sun.
But it does come down... You can't help their parents. If their parents aren't doing the job... And I'm not saying parenting's difficult. I fucking get it.
That's why we smack kids.
But I try my best. I recognize sometimes if I flip it and I'm like, fuck, that wasn't her. Like that was like if she the other day I fucking flipped because she headbutted me. Total accident. But because it hurt me, I went, fucking Scotty, what are you... And I started... And I was
if she was being silly and reckless...
Yeah. But it was just...
But if it was just playing...
We were playing. Yeah. And so and then I was like... Okay, I've got to do that. But I also communicate with her that, if someone yells at you or fucking hits you or whatever, you don't hit back. Yeah. We communicate and we just breathe for a second, take a second, and then you can do it. But it doesn't mean what you're feeling is. Yeah. You can fucking vocalize it. You can say, look, mate, I don't think that was pretty good. And because she's so young, I just say, just come tell Dad, and we'll deal with it for now.
I annoyed my dad. He hit me with a metal tent peg. I think that was, it was an accident.
But there's But
then he hit me with a broomstick another time. Then he hit me with
because it is quite
shit when we were younger.
It's quite challenging, especially for someone like me who does have that aspect of like, you need to be fucking tough on these kids. You need to be fucking toughen up, cunt. Like I have that aspect in me of like hard nose, but then I also have this aspect of like, you have to have a bit of understanding. You have to communicate to them on that level. So trying to balance.
No one gets it right.
Nah, it's really difficult. And it does come back to balance. Everything seems to come back to balance. You can't just go all in one direction. You're going to get some kid who's fucking afraid of you when they're older and has these deep traumas about, my dad used to hit me. But you can't be like it's okay, because then they're going to be like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's like I can blame my emotions.
Then you got personality gets added into it. So no matter what you do, if they're going to become a serial killer, they'll become a serial. Like Dharma's dad was great. Dharma's dad used to show up in the courtroom for him and stuff. Like that's how supportive his father was, and the dude still chopped and ate people. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you could be the best parent in the world, and if your kid's munted, you're fucked.
One of my realizations that I came to in my little experience last week was the fact that I helicopter Scotty, and I'm actually hindering her development by trying to be a better parent. Like I need to let her make mistakes. I need to let her fuck up, and then we can talk about her mistakes after, instead of trying to stop them from happening at the start. The first thing you want to do when you see a kid about to fall off a couch is you want to catch them. Unfortunately, you got to fucking let them, otherwise they're going to do it again. And if they don't learn from that mistake,
you got to burn yourself on the oven kind of deal. Hey,
exactly. And it's fucking hard as a parent because you really want them to be okay.
They don't use that terminology in Germany. Parenting.
But it's just it's all balance. It's like let them fall, but hey, maybe don't let them fall off the fence or the roof. You know, like just let them make some mistakes and some errors, and let them like get teased. Let them fucking let them be part of the teasing so they can understand both aspects and just go, mate, what you've just done there is really, look how you've made that person feel. How did you feel when you got teased? Like, you got to let these things happen.
Because if you don't, the first time she starts making her own decisions and purposely like, well, now I can do what I want, she'll be reckless. Like if you do everything for her and helicopter until she's 16, the decisions you make at 16 can be really fuck up your life. Like, fuck it, I am going to I remember the first time I was watching people do like pills. Or like the first time I watched someone smoke gear out of a light globe, we were at a party for year 9. So we were 14. Wow. They would have been
insane.
They were year 10s and 11s, and they were smoking it out of the thing. Fuck. Obviously, their older brothers were giving it to them out of a light globe.
So crazy.
But it's like, if you, just to make those decisions that early, it's like, if you've helicoptered them and then they're finally let loose. But I think maybe that was the opposite thing, was we were let loose for too much.
Well, you can literally see it's a bad idea because the light bulb's in the mouth, not above the
head. Yeah, like, that's not where light globes go.
I get worried.
It's not the light bulb moment that you're hoping for.
I get worried, and I'm sure potentially if you have a kid one day, you'll be the same, and same with you, Cam.
I do get worried I'll have a kid one day.
Yeah. But look, especially with a platform like this, we talk openly about taking drugs and doing these sorts of things. Does that mean, like, if my daughter ever goes and listens to this, maybe when she's older, if we're still doing it, or if she goes back and listens to all episode and be like, my dad did it, it must be cool. And but then part of me is like, well, maybe she needs to experience that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I had that whole freak out. Like one of the last clips I did from here was about buying drugs in Thingy. And then I shared it on my thing, and then I had a freak out being like, oh no. And then I blocked myself off it and did all these things to shut it down from my end, being like, oh no, this story can't get out.
Well, it went viral on Facebook. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah. Did you know that?
Which one was it?
The guy in cocaine in Scotland.
Did it really?
Yeah, it went a little viral.
Oh, that's cute.
Some of us are.
Like, that's the telethon guy. Oh, fuck. That's why I had the freak out when I'm like, oh shit, man, I need to get rid of this.
So some of us get like one like from me, and others get.
Oh yeah,
tons.
Facebook's like a hit or miss. Facebook's like the algorithm.
It's like a parent.
Yeah, but our Facebook reach is so like we have 12,000 followers or something. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But the reach is ridiculous. It fluctuates, but it'll go like on a bad sort of time, it's like 300,000 in a month, and then it'll be like, if you get a real viral one, it's like 14 million.
Nuts.
Jesus.
So like
that's just for reach.
That's just Facebook. And because we're constantly putting out reels, and I didn't really think about it at the time when we're just putting them out because you do the Gary V thing, like just put it out and something will pop, and it does. It's just like over time you're like, holy shit, a clip from 6 months ago has just popped. Yeah, like what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
So
weird. I'm stuck on like mine on my followers. So it's stuck at like 8,490. It keeps going at 8.5.
On Facebook?
8.4. No, on Insta. Like it's all blocked. Facebook, I don't even bother with.
Well, I think you just keep going because eventually you hit that algorithm. You hit that one where that person's gone like, oh, I loved that one, and you'll get another 10,000 followers, and then you get it. Yeah.
What do you call a loser of a presidential election dancing? Algorithm. Hello. Here all day, guys.
This is why your followers aren't going up.
If you like that joke, click like and follow. If you hated it, comment.
I'll clip that up for you. I'll clip that up for you. When was that? That was at an hour and 29 minutes of this recording.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Do we want to? We don't want to do a slam poem. Do we want to make one up?
It's 11:22, so that's a sign. Yes, we do.
Is it?
Yeah. Synchronicities, baby. We're going to do
yes,
let's do a. You give me a theme. I give you a theme.
No, let's do one together where we like
one
two
line
lines.
At a time.
Yeah.
No, that won't work.
Why?
I like doing
your
lines
own
with
creativity.
Delby.
Just a 12-line little.
I like doing back-to-back lines.
So Delby, do a slam poetry.
Well,
a slam poem about.
Also, the youngest ever was 2 days old. Jay-Z. Blue Ivy.
Okay.
It was vocals featured on the song Glory.
There you go.
Make noise at 2 days old?
Jay-Z, do a slam poem about Jay-Z.
Jay-Z is lazy.
All right.
I want you to.
Compared to me, Jay-Z is lazy.
I want you to, improv it.
Okay.
I like this. This is good.
Beyonce was crazy in love with Jay-Z, the thug. Ooh. She knew him inside out, like 1, 2, 3. Halfway through the alphabet, J to Z.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, you got to click for this. Click for poetry.
Colors, green with envy. I want to be rich. Blue, ivy. Does ivy mean... That doesn't mean anything. But what is the thing? Anything, 2 days old. Human trafficking, 2 days sold.
I don't know what because he's part of the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
No, and that's
good.
That's called Glory.
That's called Glory.
Delby, give Cam one.
Okay. Your topic is about homelessness.
Yes.
Homeless or less home?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Don't want to go to work. I'll sit on my bone.
Oh.
Traffic lights.
Yes.
Green is go.
Ooh.
Red, give me cash. I love meth and smoking hash.
Woo!
It's a hot day and a cold life. I wish I didn't stab my wife.
Oh.
Poetry's hard.
Light me up.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Sweet puff. Hot glass. Hot pavement.
Oh. Hot ass.
Hot ass.
This is Branch's new favourite segment.
We had fun. That was good. That was good.
Oh, wait. It would have been better. Sweet puff, sour life. That was... Anyway.
Oh, sweet puff, sour life. I thought you were going to get sweet puff, Harry Potter, Hufflepuff.
All right, Branch, you on your one?
Yes. What's my theme?
Smacking kids.
Good one, yeah.
Yeah, smacking
Parenting,
kids.
smacking kids.
Okay. Parenting.
Smack.
The actions are the best.
Will my kid end up on crack?
Or smack.
Or smack. Blinded by the light, my sight will entice my kid to be nice. Teaching my kid how to be not shit. How to avoid skids in my pants.
In your pants? She's dodging shit in your pants?
My child is mine. and my responsibility alone. Maybe I should not let her end up homeless and throw her a bone.
Oy.
Give her some guidance. I'm turning into Stewie Griffin. Maybe it's why do I speak like this while I'm rhyming and living? I don't know how to end it.
Then just stop riffing.
I'll just stop riffing. Scotty's my life, and I'll keep on giving.
Oh, I could have done Scotty's never playing second fiddle like Scottie Pippen. Or on the pipe like Scottie Pippen.
Scotty doesn't know. There's a line there. There's a line there.
I like it. I like the creativity.
Yeah. What's Scotty short for? I know that she's got little legs, but
Scotty.
but what's your Scott?
Scotty is her name.
I thought her name was Scotland for a while there. I thought her name was Scotland.
No, so
that's a cool
Scotty,
name.
SCOTTIE.
Yeah,
Scotty.
sick.
But that's. Do you know how we came up with the name?
No.
It's pretty simple. We wanted Billy. We really wanted Billy, but one of my best mates, I had a daughter not long before, named it Billy, and I was like, this is like we're too close. We'll hang out. And we were like watching Suits, and then one of the main characters on Suits is Scotty.
Wait, so you and your best mate both had daughters and called them Billy and Scotty?
Yes.
Like, were you both just really swinging for sons? You're really like...
No, I just liked... I don't know what it was. I just liked that.
Something
Star
about
Trek.
Girls with masculine names is really cool. Like Dylan, girls called Dylan.
Taylor.
Or like Taylor,
Yeah, Taylor.
There's something cool about it.
So yeah,
Kevin,
I just found
Kevin's one of my
it was just cool. Like, I don't
Kevin
know.
the Minion's actually.
It wasn't to try and be different or anything. We just
you
liked
just really
the
liked
name.
it,
We
yeah.
were watching it. We were watching Suits. Rachel Scott, one of the characters on there, her nickname's Scotty, and we went, oh, it was like instant. Oh,
Yeah.
Scotty, that's it. That's the name.
Oh, hell yeah, okay.
And then, SSB. Scotty
Sauvignon Blanc.
Scotty Samantha Branch.
Hell yeah. Look, did you name her after Sam from the Dane
No, but I tell Sammy that. But no, it's her Steph's sister.
Oh, that's cute. So if you had a son, would it have been
Scotty.
Delby?
Oh, yeah.
Middle name. If we had a son,
I'm going to call
I
my
have a-
son
I have a
Giuseppe
family.
in honor of Delby.
we have a family name we pass on.
What is it?
Firstborn son
Disappointed.
of the firstborn son always puts Don in their name.
Oh, the
So
Don.
you're Cameron Don Branch.
Cameron, I've got 4. I've got 2 middle names.
I got 2 too.
Ooh.
Double boys.
Yeah, double boys. I'm Cameron Michael Don Branch.
Oh, that's cool.
The Don.
That's Don.
Yeah. I have a Japanese exchange brother called Cameron Katsu Don.
What's your middle names?
I got Liam and John. Cameron, Liam, John McLaren.
My little brother has 3 middle names. Like youngest brother. Mate, I feel like Dad was just like, I'm just gonna.
He doesn't have 3 middle names.
He has 2 middle names.
He has 1
Why?
because there's 2 either side of it.
Excuse me?
What's his middle names?
Nathan, Gary, Peter, John Branch.
Nathan, Gary, Peter, John. So his middle name's Peter. Because Nathan and Gary are the 2
their
before,
second
and John and
last
Branch are the
names.
other 2. So he only has 1 middle name.
All right, smarty pants.
Correcto.
You
Quick math. Gary, Peter,
You
John.
got me.
Did your dad just look around the pub?
I swear.
What are you,
I
Andrew?
swear.
Are you Andrew?
Andrew. Yeah.
Daniel Andrew.
How did I not know you?
Actually,
that?
I have 2. It's Daniel and Rue.
How did I not know? I did know your middle name was Andrew.
My initials spell dad, so ladies.
Daddy.
Looking for a daddy.
Sick. We've done an hour 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That was fun.
You can tell because we're talking about middle names.
That was fun. Have anything to plug, big boy?
Can I do the thing? Let me do the thing so I look handsome.
Mate.
I got a conspiracy as well, but
let's do it. Let's do it.
You might know more about it.
Uh-oh.
The glitter conspiracy. Have you seen this?
No.
That's why I've been holding on
The
to it for ages.
Mariah Carey movie Glitter?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I know nothing then.
Well, maybe we'll leave it on a cliffhanger.
No,
do it.
I'm not well versed enough, but
No, let's talk it. Let's have
nobody
fun.
knows.
I'm having fun.
It's an old one.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows who the biggest buyer of glitter is, and they don't know its purpose. So where glitter is manufactured, the biggest buyer, they wanted to find out what was in glitter and who was buying it. And the glitter companies would not tell them who their biggest purchaser is because it's in a substance that they don't want to reveal. So the yeah. So no one knows.
In a substance.
It's in something, but no one knows what it's in. Whatever glitter's made from. They think that it's the military because
it has to be.
Yeah, they won't name the biggest client.
Do you know that flour is flammable? We only found this out, but it's not flammable. What it is the air in between the particles are so close together. So if you throw flour into the air and light it, it'll blow up as a big explosion, right? Maybe glitter has the same thing, and because it's plastic, it melts. Maybe it's in like a napalm because it's so finely dense. When it separates, there's only a little bit of oxygen in between, and then it's plastic as well. So maybe a little bit of flame to that makes this like napalm where it melts. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Because
it's probably in warheads. There's probably glitter in warheads, and that's part of like the napalm effect.
Glitter bombs.
Yeah, glitter bombs.
Glitter bombs.
Yeah.
Slay.
Oh, well, we can add this.
Literal slay.
This is going. This is clipping.
Yeah.
We're clipping.
How cool.
Well, science is when you increase your surface area of something, it's easier to heat and cook. So when you have smaller particles, that's why there's lots of fires in hay bales and farms, because the small particles have more surface area, so there's more bits to catch fire on.
So the glitter would like separate, because it doesn't take much to separate it, but obviously like this much of anything, like, and then it's just this like liquid. Like, how cool!
And every time they called, they wouldn't answer their calls, and like they were trying to look into it.
Hello, this is Halliburton, just checking in on my glitter.
They were saying like you would be surprised to find out who it is, but we're not allowed to share who our biggest buyer is. So they were like, it's got to be military.
What a dick tease, by the way. Like, I can't tell you, but you'll be surprised. It's probably like the Voodoo Lounge. Let's be honest.
The strippers.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Or Mardi Gras.
Have you got any more conspiracies floating around? Because I like conspiracies.
There is a good one I was watching. Well, it's not a good one.
Yeah.
When I look back on it.
Yeah.
But like J-Lo's whole career exploded because Mariah Carey's original husband was like the producer he was like the main CEO of Sony. And then as soon as she broke up with him, there's a lot of songs she was on and samples that she was going to use got taken and given to J-Lo. So J-Lo's whole career exploded and was pushed by Sony Music as like a fuck you to Mariah Carey.
Exploded.
So that's why J-Lo went up as Mariah went down. But this is things normal people don't care about. So I understand. It's not a fun conspiracy, is it?
Yeah, but why? Oh, that could just be, that's just vengeance.
There's also a good one too. If you look up Drake versus Kendrick Lamar, they've been taking subliminal pot shots at each other for like 10 years.
Is it actually true?
Yeah.
Really?
And like a lot of
But Drake doesn't write his music.
Exactly. And that's what makes it. So in King Kunta, where like how he talks about with a rapper with a ghostwriter, what the fuck happened, that's who he's talking about is Drake.
Right.
And like, because Kendrick's always saying he's the king, and Drake's always says he's top 5, and Kendrick always has all these lines about, I'm the king, you're not really top 5, you're nothing like. And he's always been like, say my name, say my fucking name and see what happens.
That's Destiny
like,
Child song.
But
is that
Drake,
like Candyman? Say my name 3 times and watch me
he says
appear.
it too. He goes, I'm the fucking Candyman. So
what the fuck?
Hey, that's a reference he uses because Drake keeps doing subliminals. He keeps putting out songs and like doing things that are clearly a reference to Kendrick, and Kendrick is just waiting for him to be like, say my name, I'm going to rip your career apart.
Plot twist, Kendrick Lamar is the ghostwriter for Drake.
Oh!
And he just...
Bum.
Yeah.
But like little things like, so they
more
even
like Kendrick drama.
Like Drake filmed one of his film clips in Compton, which is where Kendrick's from, and he's like, "You're not the king of LA. You're my son when I come here," and all this sort of shit. And like when he first started, Drake took Kendrick on tour with him all through California and things, and like little things like there's a great video that breaks down all the lines bar for bar, and it's all subliminals. But Kendrick is like clearly taking pot shots at Drake, and Drake in public is all like, "No, I'm a big fan of K-Dot. I'm a big fan of Kendrick and stuff." And Kendrick has never said anything publicly nice about Drake at all. Every time someone has a go at him, there's always videos of like Kendrick laughing about it and stuff. When DMX said he wants to beat up Drake in an elevator, Kendrick was like, "Oh, me and my tour bus were losing it laughing at that. That was so funny." Blah blah blah. Like,
so we've got to find out who Drake's ghostwriter is.
Yeah, exactly.
Got the beef with Kendrick.
Yeah,
it's probably a failed rapper that didn't get it on his own.
Well, so the reason when someone came out and claimed that, "Oh yeah, Drake has a ghostwriter," and then he was like, "No, that's all bullshit." And then someone
Ghostface Killer.
They leaked the reference tapes, so it's like it's like this big beefy guy saying, like, yeah, like 1 band, 2 band, 3 band, like that. Yeah, doing the reference tapes of who he's gotten it from.
Have you seen Ninja's reaction to Drake from D'Antwoord?
No.
Where they go here, so they were touring together. It's so funny.
No, but D'Antwoord is fucked
He's
up,
mental,
man.
I love him, bro.
I love it too, man.
D'Antwoord, and what's her name? D'Antwoord, Ninja and Yolanda. They went to see Drake and they were like,
I'm a ninja.
Yeah. It's like,
fuck. When that song came out, I was like, this is the weirdest,
I saw
most incredible thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
The bit where he starts rapping hell quick is fucking dope. I saw him live at Joondalup, man, as part of Future Music, maybe. It was one of the sicker sets. But he goes like, man, we like Drake. We saw his music and shit. And we came out and he's like, I love you and I love you. He's throwing roses. He's like, oh, Drake is fucking lame. And they were touring together and they like went to, I think he posted something on Twitter saying how fucking gay it was. And then Drake saw it. So for the whole time, they were just avoiding each other on tour. Yeah, they were hell disappointed.
I'll avoid that man at all costs.
Hey. Ninja, right?
I've got a
Ninja's got great stories. There's that one, and there's one about him playing basketball against Kanye, Drake versus Kanye.
Yeah.
And then there's another one where he talks about going to Kanye's, and Kanye just puts on anal porn and then asks if he wants banana pancakes.
What the
yeah.
That's mental.
Yeah.
It's like those stories about
I'll
Prince.
send them to you.
Apparently Prince was a hell like that too. Like, is it Dave
Basketball.
Chappelle talks about playing basketball with him? And
Yeah.
Someone else came out. He was one of the other singers in the 90s or whatever and verified the story. It's like, yeah, it's all true. Like Prince was like playing in platforms and 6-inch platforms and just training them.
Good. Yeah. I've come up with my own conspiracy.
Love it.
I said this to you the other day, shortly via text, but this is just a conspiracy. Something I thought up was the COVID jabs.
Yeah.
Okay? So the COVID jabs. Yeah. We're starting. So the COVID jabs. What if you were, let's say the conspiracies are true, that it was for government control, they're trying to kill people, blah, blah, blah. They had this plan that they were going to do that. What if you were to do that, you'd have a section of people, and Wolfie's jested about this several times, you'd have a section of people that would rebel and not get the vaccine because they don't want to do it. And then the only people you're left with are the people who are
following orders.
Rebellion. So if you that's not going to work. So what you do is you release a virus that's not so deadly, make it very obvious that the vaccine doesn't work. And so anyone even the people who went through it and still got the jab, the second time something else comes out, they're like, I'm not doing it. There's no fucking way I'm having a jab. They release an actual deadly virus. So then you've got all the people who wouldn't get it in the first place, all the people who have got critical thinking, they're gone as well. They all die. And the only people left are the people, the sheep who are very easy to control. Now, if I was going to try and run the world and I was a genius,
Potts. That's very Paul Potts of you.
What do you mean, Paul?
Well, Paul Potts.
Pol Pot, Cambodia guy?
Yeah, so he went through anyone with even glasses, because if you have glasses, you're smart. He killed all the doctors. Anyone who had any critical thinking who could oppose him, he wiped off.
Makes sense.
Why are you thinking
Worked
like him?
once.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that if I was an evil genius and I was going to think that the stupid thing to do would be like, put a jab out there, and then the only people that are left are the rebellion. Instead, make sure the rebellion doesn't want to have it, and anyone with the inkling of rebelling, you weed all them out for the second one because they've used their critical thinking, and then all that's left is the people who go, I don't care, give me the fucking jab, give me the jab.
So that's going to be a small segment of the population too. Wouldn't the world be... Oh, fuck, again,
which
is so evil, but imagine if we wiped off a huge section of so much more resources.
But that's the New World Order's plan.
Actually sounds like a better world to live in.
But that's what the New World Order's plan is.
Really?
The New World Order.
How do you get into it? How do I join? Order. Yeah, if they're going to be in charge, I want to join.
But the New World Order,
I'll join the Illuminati.
I don't want to call it the New World Order. I don't know what, but the plan under the Guidestones, it was there, maintain their population under 500 million.
Yeah, it's not much,
and that's what it would be. You'd still have 500 million sheep. So my thoughts are this is all part of the plan.
New Zealand.
We should get it and survive.
But in 5, 6, 7, 10 years, whatever, they release another virus.
Well, let's get it, but keep our spirit.
Actually, just be like, this time I'm getting it.
This time I'm getting it, and I'm going to start my own little order.
Yeah.
And we'll fight you back.
That's just
because then everyone's sheep, so they'll follow you.
But if you were smart, and that's what they were doing, there's no way they would have done it the first time, because like Wolfie said, why would you kill off all of the people who follow you?
Yeah.
You'd be only left with a rebellion. Instead,
fool
them, and then actually
kill a lot of people that followed him. Hitler killed a lot of people that followed him.
Not many, if
any.
How many people don't kill like this? How many people
Not
kill
many.
like this?
Not many. Scribe.
Oh, this is scary. All right, Slay.
All right, well, good luck, guys.
Make a decision. Are you going to get vaccinated
by the time
next
this comes out, Teacher Comedy Night would have been last night, and Cam McLaren crushed it.
Thank you so much. It was so good. Delby said Slay again on stage, so that's pretty cool. We're getting him to do Slay.
And then tonight, if it's on a Friday, when are we releasing? When
I get home, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Hard Yarns podcast.
Oh, the show was so funny. Those slideshows were so funny.
Yeah, have you done the...
I've got half of them done.
Sick.
Cool. That's going to be a good fun game.
Should we do a quick...
I don't want to see them.
Should we do a quick example? Give us a scenario, me and you will...
Oh, yeah, okay.
Try it.
All right. Things you wouldn't hear in a doctor's... That's a bad one. But
Things you wouldn't hear
Yeah, I just riffed that one. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, Daniel, unfortunately, you've got micro penis.
Oh.
You wouldn't hear.
Exactly.
Because he's got a big dick.
Hey.
Right.
Okay.
No, okay, let's do a better one. I'm sorry. Okay. No, you can do one if you
want.
Things you wouldn't hear in doctor. This jab is not safe or effective.
I'm going to use 2 fingers.
No, don't know.
Just relax. That is not my finger that you feel in your ass. Why are your 2 hands on my shoulders?
Look, that was a bad one. There's better ones in the examples. I'm sorry. I just riffed that and I didn't want to use one that you're going to use tomorrow.
No. That's fine. Things you wouldn't hear in a doctor's surgery?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, don't know.
You're going to fucking struggle tomorrow.
Yeah.
Things you wouldn't hear Trump say. That's a basic example.
Sorry, I was wrong.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Biden's
good. I don't know.
We unfortunately we don't have enough resources to build the wall. Let the Mexicans in.
Let them in.
I love Mexican food. Let them in.
This
to set up a small business.
This has actually just made something very obvious to me.
What?
I try to think of what could be the best possible one.
No.
And then Delby goes the 10 options and then chucks them all out there. And
correct.
Let's show this, baby.
If it fails, then it's funny if it fails. Otherwise, you're going to have a show where no one steps forward.
Everyone's just standing there waiting for the perfect banger.
Yeah. I just had a learning.
I had a learning.
I learned now. Clicks.
So
good.
Yeah, Hard Yarns, you grab a ticket. Patreons are free for the top levels, and then I think it's like $5 for everyone else.
6056 Fringe World. 6056 at Fringe World. 6056. Can I cut this bit? Yeah. 6056 at Fringe World.
Use code
MDMA,
word.
cool stuff.
Use code word.
Use code word. Tickets are the price for everyone.
Nice.
Because communism, baby.
Oh, yeah. And if you do like MDMA stories, new show, Sesh Stories. Only doing 5. Wednesday as like trial, and then a Friday, Saturday when you're away for the last week.
Okay.
So it's all the stories of the Sesh. Should be fun.
Nothing to plug except for join the Patreon.
Yep.
You should plug 6056.
And this space here. If you're a sponsor, this space right here.
How much can we talk afterwards? I'm going to put 6056 sticker on it.
Yeah. That one there, right there. If you want your logo there.
He's pointing to his microphone.
My logo's a big old dick. I'm going to put a big dick there for you guys.
Well, you think about it every single time we put out a clip, and if we're reaching over 1.5 million people a month across 3 or 4 different platforms, why wouldn't you? I think there's a lot of value in it. And then even if you're only on for 6 months, it sounds like an ad, but if you're only on for 6 months, you're genuinely going to get years of use because
we need to up the price then.
I think so, potentially.
Not for me,
because it doesn't just it doesn't just stay there. It doesn't go. Yeah.
People will think we're marketing Midland, like the actual.
No, but I'll have 6056 at Fringe World. So then if you want to Midland's at Fringe World,
you want to pay for it.
Let's go.
How much? Let's discuss off camera or on camera, so it's locked in.
Sick.
See you at the show.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's not even annoying.